Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? What's up, what's up, what's up? What's going on, people? What's happening? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everything on point? Can y'all hear me? Make sure y'all can hear me and all that shit. What's good, man? What's good? We're here to talk about my top 100 games of all time. Man, listen, hold on, man. This shit crazy. Listen, man, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all, man. I couldn't put these in no certain place, man. Like, I could not place them. It's impossible, yo. This shit, I got the wrong mic. Oh, hold up. Somebody said the wrong mic. Hold on. Let me check my settings. Okay. Oh, yeah, wrong mic. What the fuck? All right, am I good? Let me know. Am I good? Let me know. Yeah, it was using the fucking PlayStation mic for some reason. Am I good now? For some reason, the PlayStation mic was hooked up. Am I good? Testing. Let me know. It was the fucking PlayStation mic on the dual edge controller and shit. I don't know why that shit was. Oh, good now? All right, cool. Listen, man. I could not place these fucking games, dog. Like, it's just impossible. Like, yo, it's literally impossible. You hear me? It is literally impossible, at least for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give y'all my top 100 picks. That's all I can do. I can't, because, like, this shit's stressing me the fuck out, dog. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to work on this shit for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible, yo. Like what game goes at number 43? You know what I'm saying? What game goes at number 77? Like, I can't place this shit. This shit is impossible to fucking place. So I'm just going to talk about my top 100 games of all time. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll place the top 10, right? But all that, yo, listen, man. I don't know what game's supposed to go at number 33. Like, come on, man. This shit is fucking impossible, dog. Like, it's just not. I'm sitting here wrecking my fucking brain trying to place these games in the places where I think they should be. And then I'll start second guessing it. I can't do it, dog. It's difficult. I can't fucking do it, yo. Like, I can't fucking do it, yo. This shit is tough. You heard me? I've been there. I'm like, yo, I should not be this stressed over trying to come up with a motherfucking list. I should not be this fucking stressed out. It ain't no way. So I'm just gonna give y'all my top 100 picks. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna give y'all my top 100 picks and shit like that. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna give y'all my top 100 picks. It ain't no way, yo. You can't. It ain't no best to worst. You know what I'm saying? Everything on your listen. I done played so many games in my life that it ain't nothing. It's like it's no way, man. It's just no fucking way, dog. I was losing my fucking mind trying to come up with this fucking like put these motherfuckers in different places and all that. I can't fucking do it, yo. I cannot fucking do it. Like I just can't. So I'm not gonna do no particular order, and probably until we get to like the top 10, maybe. But I'm just gonna talk about my top 100 games, my top 100 games that pretty much can fall into any place. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna talk about my top 100 games. We might even talk about the games that I got rid of, because I had like 150 games that I came up with off the top of my head, and then I had to start doing a process of elimination. You know what I'm saying? So we may have to talk about about some of that shit. I might talk if y'all want to hear me talk about some of the games that didn't make it. If y'all just because we got some time, you know what I'm saying? We can go into depth in some of these games. If y'all want to hear about the game, because I came up with 152 games off the top of my brain. I felt like if I can't remember the game, then it doesn't deserve to be in my top 100. That's how I felt. Because I felt, you know what I mean? The top 100 should be games that's memorable, that you remember, that you can just spit out or whatever. So I came up with like 152. Let me see. I'm gonna give y'all the exact number. I think it's 152. Yeah, I came up with 152 off the top of my brain that I felt like could be my top 100. And then after that, I started doing a process of elimination. So I had to eliminate 52 games out of that lineup. But that shit was fucking crazy, yo. Shit was insane. You know what I mean? Listen. Let me say this before we go on, man. Let me just say this is gonna be the last time I talk about this. These motherfuckers, man. Listen, let me say this before I go on. Listen, reverse psychology don't work on me. You know what I'm saying? Nothing you say gonna make me put up that motherfucking video. So save your fucking time. I'm just gonna block you. Again, I still keep having these random motherfuckers I never seen before trying to come and put a battery in my back so I can upload that fucking video. I'm not uploading it. It's not the only drama video that's private on my motherfucking channel. Truth be told, somebody been trying to flag my shit down. They've been attacking all my drama videos, some of my drama videos, and I had to remove all of them. I had to put all of them in fucking private. So this ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? This motherfuckers keep thinking I took the video down talking about I got exposed. How? In what fucking way are you, like, what galaxy did Hard 8 get exposed, dog? What are we talking about here? What the fuck? Like, at the end of the day, 5-6 years ago, I borrowed money from Jack Move a few times. No more than 3 fucking times. I done told y'all about this. I paid the man back. How does that tarnish my motherfucking reputation, dog? I borrowed money from a friend and I paid it back. What is the fucking issue? What is the grand gotcha moment? What is the exposure moment? Did he help me pay bills? Fuck no. Did he help me buy a car? Fuck no. He got caught lying live. It's a good thing that the lie that he tried to tell involved a third party. Because if it didn't involve a third party, he would be running with that lie too. So if a nigga get caught in one lie, you think the rest of the shit he's saying is the truth? Fall the fuck back. Nobody got exposed. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? The guy that borrowed money from his homie a few times and paid it back is exposed. But the guy that's 35 years old, still living with mom, ain't got no job, no car, no bitch, no future. None of these things is the winner? In what fucking universe? In what universe? Are you serious? I'm a lame, a nut ass nigga. I'm exposed because I borrowed money from a friend a few times and paid it back. I had already told y'all that. It wasn't a secret. Now, as far as somebody paying my bills, lie. Help me buy a car? Lie. Somebody helping me be a grown-ass man and they can't even help themselves be a grown-ass man? Do this shit make sense? Fuck no. So fall the fuck back. And again, if it wasn't for a third party, with Mel and Matt, motherfucker tried to say I stole $500. Thank God we had a third party that could come and expose that fucking lie. Like, so just leave it out. Did I borrow money from Jack a few times? Yes, I did. And I paid them back. What's the fucking issue? That's it. Did he pay my bills? Help me buy all this other dumb, send me thousands of dollars? No, dog. Fuck no, nigga. What the fuck? The nigga got exposed in one lie. You think the rest of that shit is the truth? Leave it alone, dog. It's over and it's fucking done with, man. I'm still good. I'm still Hard 8. Y'all can't use reverse psychology on me. If y'all want to see the video, my last live light, make that motherfucker get 5,000 likes. And I'll put the fucking video up. It ain't about nothing. But somebody been trying to flag my shit. I got a soft flag right now. It's one of them flags where they give you a warning. And I had, if you notice, all of my fucking drama videos are gone. If you notice that, right? Somebody just hit me up the other day. Hey, where that roast video about Zaire? I took them all down. They all gone. You know what I'm saying? Well, they private. I ain't delete them. They private. They still there, but they not there. I removed them. So come on, stop with this bullshit, man. I'm good. Ain't nobody exposed Hard 8 and nothing. Please fall back. I'm exposed. Oh, you borrowed money from a friend and gave it back. Exposed. What the fuck? High five the Jack Move. You still live at home at 35. No car, no job, no bitch, no future. You're the winner. You're great. Y'all niggas is retarded, man. Anyway, I'm off that. Say what you want. I'm not putting it up unless that video get 5,000 likes. And that's that. You're never going to see it. So leave it alone, dog. Can't use reverse psychology and all that. Try to put a battery on my back. It's not going to work. All right? So stop it. Knock it off. All right. Done with that. That's out the way. No more things to say about that dumbass shit. Listen, Street Fighter 6 come out this weekend. I will be making a club. I will be making an AGS club. You know what I'm saying? And I will be doing a game night. I will be doing a game night this weekend for Street Fighter 6. So the community come out. It got high reviews on Metacritic, right? It's like a 90, what was it, a 93 the last time I seen? 92, 93. So it's definitely scoring very high. That's a very high score, especially compared to Street Fighter 5, which was somewhere in the 70s. Street Fighter 5 had a yellow box. You know what I mean? It had that, it was an Xbox special, right? So this one is good. Pick it up. We're going to be getting it in. It's going down. It's going down. Shout out to my boy Your Rage. I could have sworn we've been through this borrowing money situation a while ago. How this still being brought up, dog? That's what Jack moved. He got mad because I criticized his takes on PC. So he thought he was trying to expose somebody about borrowing money. Yeah, we did talk about this already, but this time he added new shit. That's the funny part. Through the whole road trip, hold on, here goes something for y'all to think about. Here goes something for y'all to think about. Through the whole, you want me to take that road trip, Jack never said he helped me pay my bills, and he never said he bought me a car. Now, 5-6 years later, he bought me a car and helped me pay my bills. Where was all that at during the road trip saga? Oh, think about that. Think about that. Why that didn't come up during the road trip saga? That he helped me pay my bills and he helped me buy a car. That shit just came out of thin air now when we got, we got big stars on AGS. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if BG sent his nut ass to start some shit, because I heard BG be coming at him about being a fucking bum and not having no job, and he don't be having shit to say, right? He don't be having shit to say. And I ain't even, and when I said it to him, when he was talking about that figurine, it wasn't even on no, trying to play him. I'm just trying to understand where his priorities is at. But you know what? Whatever. But like I said, where was all this? He helped me pay bills and buy a car during that 6-hour road trip shit. Because he brought up me borrowing money back then, right? And I told y'all, yeah, I did. And I paid them back. What's the problem? But I'm done with that. Moving on. You know what I mean? Y'all can believe what y'all want to believe. I got everything high. I got everything I want, nigga, I got. So, somebody helping me be a grown-up, but they can't help themselves be a grown-up. Come on, man. Use y'all fucking brains, man. Come on. Y'all can't be this fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? And some of them transactions he showed y'all was my money. Same shit I did with Melon Matt, which he confirmed. And I can get Demon Ralph on here and he could confirm that too. When I sold a graphics card or some shit like that and my PayPal wasn't working, and I would have the person that buying off of me send them the money, and then they send me the money through Cash App. Yeah, fuck out of here, man. Nigga ain't give me no shit. I told y'all what he gave me and I paid that shit back. Point blank, period. End of the motherfucking story. That's it. That's fucking it. But if he paid my bills and helped me buy a car, why he ain't bring that shit up during the road trip saga? Exactly, because it didn't exist. He just pulled that shit out his fucking stinking ass in that low ass room in the last couple days. Point blank, period. Now, back to this game and shit. Street Fighter 6 is popping. Don't matter what platform you get it on, all right? It don't matter what platform you get it on. It's crossplay. All right, so I'm starting the club. Listen, join the club if you actually going to be playing the game, dog. All right? Don't just join the club and then you ain't never fuck around. If you plan on taking Street Fighter 6 serious, like I plan on taking it serious, right? If you plan on taking it serious, you plan on actually playing and getting down with the get down, then join the AGS Street Fighter 6 club. Once it come out, I will create the club. But if you know you're not going to be joining, you're not going to be playing like that or whatever like that, don't join. Don't take up space, waste space, and none of that. And we're going to have a game night this weekend for Street Fighter 6 for the launch. We hype out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, that's what we doing. That's what we doing on the Street Fighter tip. Now, would y'all like to hear the games that I had to omit from my top 100? Would y'all like to hear the games that I had to omit, or do y'all want me to just get into the top 100? Because like I told y'all, some people still showing up. I could not place anything. All right, I'm just going to give y'all my top 100 picks. I've been stressing myself out trying to place games. It's damn near impossible. You You know what I'm saying? What game goes at number 47? What game goes at fucking number 73? Like, I just could not do it, dog. I've been trying. The shit is not fucking possible. All right? It's just not possible. So I'm just going. So off the top of the head, because I felt like if I had to look up games, then it don't deserve to be a top 100. It got to be games that I can remember, because obviously if I can remember them and they were good, then it made an impact on me. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to come up with 152 games on my own. Now, I had to do a process of elimination, so I had to eliminate 52, and I'm going to tell y'all the games that I eliminated. All right? So I had to eliminate Super Contra for the NES, Ring King for the NES, Tecmo Bowl, Double Dribble, Double Dragon 2, Ice Hockey for the NES, Skate or Die for the NES, Kung Fu, Life Force. Now listen, you niggas is young, man. I'm like, listen, these are still classics. All right? These are still classics you niggas ain't familiar with. You know what I mean? You some young, a lot of y'all some young bulls, man. I've really been out in these gaming streets, man. These are some motherfucking classics. Y'all niggas don't know nothing about no Life Force. Like, hold up, nigga. Oh, this is classics. I had to eliminate Excitebike. Oh man, Gradius 3. Oh, I had to eliminate Gradius 3. Whoa, y'all don't know nothing. That was the Super NES too. And Excitebike. Oh, I had to eliminate Jackal. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all young niggas don't know nothing about no Jackal. I had to eliminate Contra 3, Altered Beast, Bulls versus Blazers, EA basketball. I had to eliminate True Lies. That was the shit. True Lies is one of the great movie to video game adaptations. That's one of the good ones. I had to remove Shinobi Shadow Dancer. What? I had to remove Golden Axe 2, Road Rash 2, Sonic 1, Soul Blade. Damn. Yo, this is some classics. I had to remove Driver, NFL Game Day, Warhawk, Madden 97, Bloody Roar, Die Hard Arcade, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Panzer Dragoon, Guardian Heroes. What the fuck y'all niggas know about Guardian Heroes for the Sega Saturn? What y'all know about that? First of all, let me get these super chats out of the way real quick. Shout out to Big Ox. He said, don't stress about the top 100. It's all good, dude. For sure. Thank you. Appreciate that. Shout out to 24 Rapture. He said, yo, what's good, 8? But top 15 or 20 seems easier. Oh, man, that would be a lot easier. I read my guy, Your Rage. Shout out to Exile Vixer. He said, any Devil May Cry on your list? Sadly, no. Because I only played 4 and 5. Sadly, no Devil May Cry. Shout out to Big Ox. He said, these young cats don't know about the NES. Facts. I'm dropping. Yo, oh, man. Where I stop at? Guardian Heroes for the Sega Saturn. Oh, what y'all know about that? Go look it up if you don't know about that. I had to drop Hydro Thunder, Wave Race 64, Smash TV, Total Carnage, Ridge Racer, House of the Dead 2, NBA Street Volume 2, Resident Evil 5, Walking Dead Season 1, Stranglehold, Mafia Remake, Mafia 2, Mortal Kombat 10, Battlefield 1, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Raiden 3. Oh, man, that's a classic. I had to drop Resident Evil 7, Doom Eternal, Cuphead, Forza Horizon 3, Judgment, Sifu, and that's it. That's the games I had to drop. That's all. That's about 50 games I had to drop. So, yo, no, listen. So even though I had to drop the games that I dropped, these are still some of my favorite games. You know what I mean? These are still like amazing games, but so many. I done played so many games over the year. As you know, I've been gaming since like 85, 86, 1985, 86. I've been gaming since then. So come on, man. It was hard to try to even squeeze 100. And it's just off the top of the head. I could probably go look up shit and see games. I'll be like, oh, I forgot all about that. You know what I mean? I hope Bloody Roar Bloody Roar had to get removed, man. Hold on one second. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, listen. Bloody Roar had to get removed. So now we're gonna get to my top 100 picks. All right. Now, I started my top 10, and what I wanted to do with my top 10 was I wanted my top 10 to pretty much represent a different genre. You know what I mean? I wanted my top 10 to represent a different genre. So I'm gonna keep this top 10, right? Because that's all I got. I got top 10, and I couldn't place the rest. Should I just should I just start? Should I save the top 10 for last, or should I just start with the top 10? Let me know what y'all think. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me put up a poll. Hold on. Where the hell is the polls? Engage your audience. Here we go. I'm going to start a poll. Start with the top 10 or yes or no. You know what I mean? Start with the top 10, yes or no. Start with the top 10. Start with top 10, yes or no. Oh, damn. I'm in the wrong fucking spot. Start with the top 10. Y'all can vote. Hold on one second. All right. Here we go. I think that came up right. Start with top 10. Yes or no? Please vote. Please vote and let me know what y'all want. Should I start with the top 10 or should we just start with the rest? Okay, so we got okay. So we already got 84% saying no. Don't start with the top 10. Okay, cool. Cool. I won't start with the top 10. All right, man. I know niggas gonna be roasting the shit out of me, man. Hold up. Respect my top 100. Oh, man. Respect my top 100. I'm nervous to see what y'all gonna say about this one, man. I think I got some bangers in here. I'm gonna keep it real. I think this is the best top 100 you probably gonna see. This is the best top 100 you probably gonna see. All right. So yeah, it's looking like people want me to start with save the top 10 for last. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. All right. This, like I said, it was very difficult for me to place these games. It's just impossible. I just could not do it. All right. Shout out to 661 Hacks. He says Street Volume 2 forever goated. Very good game, man. Very good game. Shout out to 24 Rapture. This list is about to be a certified hood classic. Laughing my ass off. All right. People want me to save the top 10. That's what it's looking like with the poll. All right. So we're going. I could not place these games. I was trying to place these games. I was losing my fucking mind. I'm like, I should not be stressing myself out this goddamn much over this list. Because I'm really, like, you got to really think about it. What goes at number fucking 61? What goes at number fucking 84? You know what I'm saying? And I tried, people. Y'all don't know how many times I started over trying to do this fucking list, dog. Seriously. So these are my top 100 picks. These picks can go anywhere you want to put them. Except the top 10, and I'm going to get to the top 10 last. But the games I'm about to name right now, they can go anywhere you want to put them. And, of course, I'll, talk about some of them. All right? So this is not in no order right now, the games you're about to hear. Once I get to the top 10, then you'll know. These games are not in no order. All right? You can put them where you want to put them. They can go anywhere for me. All right? So we got Mike Tyson Punch-Out for the NES. This is a game that's on my top 100 picks of all times. Mike Tyson Punch-Out. All right? If y'all know if you was around when this game dropped, this game was first of all, Mike Tyson was the most popular boxer in the world. And to get his own game, it was crazy. And the way that they did it with the wacky characters, you had Mario as the referee and shit like that. And it just was very over the top. For NES, the graphics was good. Y'all seen me play Mike Tyson Punch-Out. I beat Mike Tyson. Y'all seen how hype I was. You can check that live stream out. It's up on the channel. It's Mike Tyson Punch-Out, man. Definitely got to go on my top 100 list. We used to play this game until it didn't work no more. You hear me? Like, this is a classic. 100%. We love Mike Tyson Punch-Out so much that when he caught that rape charge and they removed him out the game and just turned it to Punch-Out, and then you had to do Mr. Dream as the last man. We ain't playing that shit. Fuck Mr. Dream and that regular bullshit. Mike Tyson Punch Out forever goated. All right. Next game on my top 100 list. Place it wherever you want to place it. Mario 3. Super Mario Brothers 3. When this shit came out, this shit was a phenomenon. You know what I mean? Because after part 2, which part 2 was okay. You know what I'm saying? Part 2 never really felt like Mario. You know, we never really felt like we was playing a motherfucking Mario game when it came to part 2. It always felt weird. Of course, we found out later on that it wasn't actually a fucking Mario game. That it was some other game that they just put the Mario skin on it. I forgot the name of that shit. But we always felt like something wasn't right with that game. You know what I'm saying? So we never really liked it like that. But when Mario 3 came out, man, listen. And I had a homie and shit. He got life in prison now. But I had a homie. He was stealing all the Mario 3s from Clover, and he was selling them for $5. He was selling them for $5. I begged my mom, like, please, he's selling them for $5. Like, you gotta remember, Nintendo games was going for like $50 at the time or some shit like that. He was selling them for $5, and I was anxious, so I went with him over to Clover, and he in there trying to steal it, and he taking too long to get the alarm off that shit. So I helped him. I did one thing, man. I did one fucking thing. I just pulled a piece of plastic off so this nigga could hurry up. And when we was walking out, we get caught. All my other friends got Mario 3. I'm the last one to fucking get it. And they get caught when I'm supposed to get the shit. Man, my dad whooped my ass, dog. I got beat, thrown around the fucking kitchen and all that shit. Like, my dad whooped my ass. I was so mad. Like, damn, this nigga been stealing these games all day. Now when it's my turn, we get caught. Man, fuck that shit. That's some bullshit. But anyway, I got my ass whooped. And I never got Mario 3. I mean, I did end up, borrowing it from a friend, but never got it. Never had my own copy. All right. Next on the list, we got Contra. Oh, man. Contra. Classic. Side-scrolling shooter. Classic. It's funny because I remember I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was going to trade this dude I knew for Contra. And I remember my homie like, yo, don't do it. Don't trade. That game is garbage. Like, that game is not good. It's whack. You die in one hit, this, that, and the third. All I remember is looking at the cover, and I seen, which looked to be Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. That's all I needed to see. Now, if you know me back then, which none of y'all did, I was a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, like huge. You know what I mean? Fanboy. Everything Arnold Schwarzenegger did, I was there. You know what I mean? So took the game home. It was Contra. The shit is fucking fire. Nigga, you tripping. This shit is lit. So Contra definitely got to go on that motherfucking list. All right. Hold on one second. I gotta share this because I gotta share this to Twitter, so then I can fucking click on it, and then I can fucking take this shit off my screen. Hold on one second, people. Hold on one second. But yeah, Contra, that's a motherfucking classic. If you never played it, please check it out. You will not be disappointed. That shit is fire. You heard? Fire. All right. Hold on, let me pull up this stream on my phone and shit, because I can't have my TV just sitting on the screen like that. You know, QD OLED. You know the dangers. You know the dangers of OLED. So let me just pull up the chat on my phone so I can see y'all. All right, we good. All right, hold on one second. Give me a second. All right, so what y'all thinking so far, man? What y'all thinking so far? All right, let's go. Next up, we got. Hold on, why did I just turn this light off? Hold on. God damn it. All right. Next up, we got. Mario's definitely done. Next up, we got Double Dragon, the original Double Dragon, side-scrolling beat 'em up. It was a big deal in the arcades, and it was a big deal when it came home for the NES. Played this shit all day. I was just playing it the last time I had a Switch. I was playing it. Great game. Great beat 'em up. One of the classic beat 'em ups. So Double Dragon will definitely be on my list. I don't got no crazy backstory for that one, but yes, that is definitely on the list. That's definitely in my top 100. Next up, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game for the NES. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1989, the arcade game was a big fucking deal. Big deal. That game was so popular. I used to play that shit every day after school. They had it at the bowling alley. I used to go in there, play that shit. I thought it was amazing. One day I'm at school, and this dude, one of my classmates, he had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm like, oh shit, you got fucking, I didn't even know the game existed, right? I'm like, oh shit, you got fucking turtles on the NES? Yo, can I hold it? I'm talking about the one with 4 Raphaels on the front of the no, who is that? Yeah, Raphael. That one. Y'all know that Turtles game. That shit is trash. Fucking trash. I thought it was the arcade game, my nigga. I ran home so fast, it had to be smoke coming out my motherfucking boots. It had to be. I ran home so fast. I was so motherfucking hyped. I put that shit in. I was like, man, what the fuck is this? I'm top down in the turtle van. Like, yo, what is this? This ain't, man, this some Man, I was so mad. I let that nigga hold my Rat King, too. I wanted my Rat King back the next day, man. Get my fucking Rat King back. What's this bullshit? That joint was trash. But anyway, once they came out with part 2, the arcade game, now that was what I remember. And I had a homie that used to let me hold this joint because I ain't have arcade game myself, but that shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? See, back in the day, when the arcade game came home, and it was very close to arcades, that was a big deal, yo. A big deal. Because you could finally play your favorite arcade game and you got free play all day. You ain't got to have no money, no quarters, no nothing. Big deal. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 the arcade game, thumbs up, man. Top 100. Top 100, easy. Oh, man, y'all going to probably laugh, but no, I don't care. My next one on my top 100. If you ain't played it, be quiet. Shut up. Don't say nothing, because this is a motherfucking classic platformer. If you ain't never played it, you don't know no better. If you ain't watched the cartoon, you don't know no better. Listen, I'm about this life, all right? This game and shit. Listen, I know y'all about to say something. Shut up. Next game that made my top 100. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Yes, if you never played it on the NES, shut up. If you don't know about the cartoon, Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger. Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger. Yeah, nigga. Yes, nigga. This game was fire. All right? This shit was fire. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, nigga. This game, go look at the gameplay. This game was fire for the NES, and the cartoon is an all-time classic. Fire. I'm sorry. This is on my top 100. I got very fond memories of this game. We used to be playing this shit heavy. You know what I'm saying? This joint was, man, listen, graphics was good. This shit was banging. I'm sorry. Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. Absolutely. If you never played it, you don't know about Chip and Dale's, please do not make yourself sound ignorant out this motherfucker. All right? I'm sorry. Chill. Chip and Dale. Yes. Yes. Next game up from that made my top 100 list, Tecmo Super Bowl. Tecmo Super Bowl was, man, it was a lot of innovations with this game. It did a lot of things new. I believe it was the first time that it was using like real, you could have like a career mode and all that. I can't remember. This is a long, we're talking 30 years ago, 30 plus years ago. Tecmo Super Bowl was a big football game, dog. Like anybody that was around, it's everybody's on a classic football list. You know what I'm saying? If somebody had to come out with a top 10 football games, Tecmo Super Bowl would definitely be in top 3. Definitely. Tecmo Super Bowl, fucking classic. So many nights playing Tecmo. So many nights. Next up on my list that made my top 100 is Super Mario Brothers. The original NES game, Super Mario Brothers. What else can I say about this? First game I ever had on the NES because it came with the NES in Duck Hunt. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking classic. Like, it ain't nothing else to say. It kicked this thing off for me. Like, for many people like me, it kicked that thing off. You know what I'm saying? Super Mario Brothers is definitely an iconic fucking game, yo. Like, it's super duper fire. You know what I'm saying? That shit, man, knowing all the secrets. I used to beat this game like with ease. Like, man, it's Super Mario Brothers, the original for the NES. What else can I say about it? Classic. And we all had it. Well, some people that got their NES before, they had Gyromite and all that shit. Next up on the list, we got Final Fight. Final Fight is an all-time classic side-scrolling beat 'em up. A game that I still play. Actually, I beat that game at least once a year. Final Fight is my shit. Side-scrolling beat 'em up game that I used to play in the arcade all the time. Then it came to home consoles with the Super NES, and it was the disappointment because it only came with one character. Or no, two. Guy was missing. For some reason, they decided to remove Guy, and it only had Cody and Hagar. You know what I mean? Then they came out with Final Fight Guy, where they added Guy, and it was an exclusive rental at Blockbuster. It was like an exclusive Blockbuster game or some shit like that. The shit was crazy. But yeah, Final Fight. I mean, what else can I say? Final motherfucking Fight. GOAT. One of the best beat 'em up side scrollers that you can ever play. Fucking fire. Next up, I don't know if y'all know about this one. Arcade classic, and then it came home. This was one of the games where it was better on Super Nintendo than Genesis. This was one of the games that this was before parody and all that. You know what I mean? If you had what you had, you got what the fuck you got. Cry about it, nigga. This is when the game industry ain't give a fuck because there wasn't a whole bunch of casuals. You know what I mean? The next game up on the list is Sunset Riders. Yeah, fire. Side-scrolling shooter, fire. The Genesis version was missing levels while the Super Nintendo had all the levels from the arcade. Fire. You know what I'm saying? It's a classic. Sunset Riders is a classic. Anything I'm saying that you ain't familiar with, go look up the gameplay and then try to take yourself to the year that it came out, and you will probably understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. Hold on one second. All right, Sunset Riders, motherfucking classic. Next up on my top 100 that made my top 100 list, we got NHL 94. This is probably one of the greatest sports games of all time. This is a game where even if you wasn't into hockey, like me, you still wanted to play this game. NHL 94 was so fun. The gameplay was so fast. The controls were so responsive. It was on the Genesis. It was on Super Nintendo too, but the better version was on the Genesis. Back then, Genesis always had the better sports games when it came to EA. Why? I don't know. Genesis games just always had the best sports games. But NHL 94, it was a hockey game, all-time fucking classic. It's amazing. You can actually play it on the Xbox platform if you got an Xbox. Straight classic. Straight classic. It made you want to play hockey, even if you ain't know a goddamn thing about hockey. Next up on the list that made my top 100, and you can put it anywhere, Donkey Kong Country for the Super NES. This game came out. This is one of the games that really embarrassed Sega when Donkey Kong Country came out. Because while Sega was coming out with all these fucking add-ons like the Sega CD and the 32X and claiming that games were 32-bit and all this and all that, Nintendo dropped Donkey Kong Country. And when I say this shit, like the fucking gaming industry was blown away by the visuals, the gameplay, and the sound, we were blown away. Donkey Kong Country on a 16-bit console was looking better than anything on fucking 32X and a Sega CD. Nintendo embarrassed Sega. This was some of the nails in their fucking coffin when Sega was on their way out. While they was trying to keep claiming that they, making this more powerful hardware and games are going to be this and be that, Nintendo said, yeah, watch this. Donkey Kong Country. We was like, wow. I remember this shit getting 5.0 all the way across the board in Game Pro magazine. Donkey Kong Country, a classic. And I beat it. Yeah, back then too. Yeah, fucking classic. Next up on my top 100 list, we got Super Goons and Ghosts for the Super Nintendo. Man, I remember that I didn't even want to go outside on the 4th of July and see the fireworks because I was in the house playing Super Goons and Ghosts. This fucking game was so fire. Hard as fuck, too. Hard as fuck. This game is so fire. Like, the graphical upgrade coming from regular Goons and Ghosts and all that, the graphical upgrade on the Super Nintendo, it was amazing, dog. I love this game. I didn't even want to go see the fireworks. I remember 4th of July. I can't remember what year. This had to be like, I don't know, early 90s somewhere. I mean, I don't even remember. But I probably could look up when Super Goons and Ghosts came out, and then I can whittle it down from there. But I remember I didn't even want to go see the fireworks on 4th of July because I was in the house playing Super Goons and Ghosts. And it wasn't my Super Nintendo, it was my homie joint. So I ain't really know how long before he was going to come ask for that motherfucker back anyway. So I had to maximize my time. You dig? Yes, when I was younger, my homies used to let me hold their consoles at times because I didn't have all of them at first. I didn't start getting my own shit until I started doing crime, as y'all already know. I told y'all before. So before then, I did have homies that had these consoles, and they wasn't really hardcore gamers. Like my one homie, he used to let me hold his Sega CD. I used to have that shit for months. His Genesis, his Super Nintendo, I used to have that shit for months before he would ask for it back and then give it back to me a couple of days later. He wasn't really a gamer like that, but whatever. Super Goons and Ghosts, fire. Next up on my list is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. What more else do I have to say? One of the greatest side-scrolling beat-em-ups of all time. What else do I got to say? On the Super NES. This is the game I used to play at my homie crib. I told y'all his mom had made us stop. I couldn't hang out with him no more. I felt like my world came crashing down because we used to be in this crib all day playing shit like this, Turtles in Time, Streets of Rage, all that fly shit. Yeah, what else could I say about Turtles in Time? An absolute motherfucking classic. Y'all hit my top 100? Come on, man. Y'all thought my top 100 was going to be some bullshit? Come on, man. Yeah. All right. Next up on my top 100, NBA Jam. This game went platinum in the arcades. This game was Oscar award-winning pedigree. Like, this game was one of the most profitable games in the arcade. The first time I seen this game, I was living in Harrisburg with my dad. I was living in Harrisburg. We was living downtown Harrisburg in City Towers. If you're from Harrisburg, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm about to tell you the mall I was at. You're going to know what I'm talking about. I was at Colonial Park Mall. If you from Harrisburg, ain't no way you didn't know about Colonial Park Mall. This is back in the early 90s. You know what I'm saying? Where you still had arcades at the mall, big arcades. I remember going there by myself because I was bored to death in Harrisburg. I ain't gonna lie, I was boring as a motherfucker. And we was living in downtown Harrisburg, right? Boring as shit. I remember getting out my ass on the bus. The bus was 90 cents. Yeah, 90 cents for a bus ride. I went to Colonial Park. I go to the arcade. I see a huge crowd around this fucking machine. And the machine got to be the loudest fucking machine in the arcade. Because I'm walking, all I hear is boom, shaka, laka, and all that fly shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? I walked up, weaving through the fucking crowd to get my eyes on the screen. And I seen some of the greatest fucking basketball in my fucking life. I was blown away, dog. Like, I could not. It was insane. Like, yo, I'm telling you, just had to be there, dog. You had to be there when fucking NBA Jam first came out, man. It's unbelievable. And then when that shit came to home consoles, and you could put in secret characters and play as Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and Sub-Zero and Scorpion and all. You could play as fucking Bill Clinton. I mean, not Bill Clinton, George Clinton. You could play as Bill Clinton too, and George Clinton. Crazy, dog. NBA Jam, this shit took arcades by fucking storm. It took arcades by storm, dog. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Next up, my top 100, Mortal Kombat 1. The original Mortal Kombat. Another game that took arcades by storm. I remember a classmate telling me about this game, explaining everything. Yo, you got this game, and it got a block button. I was like, a block button? You gotta remember, we playing Street Fighter at this time. It's Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter don't got a block button. You press the button to block? What? How the fuck that work? You know what I'm saying? It got high punch, high kick, low kick, and a block button in the middle. I'm like, what? Dang, that's weird. That's crazy. And then at the end of the match, it'll tell you to finish him, and you can perform a fatality, and you can rip his head off, and you see blood. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. Like, for real. And you know who it was? It was a classmate. His name was Michael John. He was a white dude. That was my man, too. His name was hyphen. Michael John. I don't know where Michael John at right now, but shout out to Michael John. He was like, yo, he told me all about it. I ended up running into the game at a video store. I was down my grandmom's crib in North Philly. I'm at my grandmom's crib. I used to go around the corner on Fairmount Avenue, and it was a gas station, a Sunoco. I used to pump gas. I might have told y'all about this. I almost got in a fight with a homeless dude because I used to pump gas, make a couple dollars, and I would go right down to that video store. It wasn't like a chain. It was a mom and pop video store, and they had Mortal Kombat in that motherfucker. That's when I first seen it. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. So I would go in there with my little dollar that I made from pumping gas, use all that, and then I come up, and then the homeless dude was like, yo, man, I'm making this money because I need to eat, and I need somewhere to stay. You out here making this money, go spend it on a game or some shit. I was like, man, shut the fuck up. Fuck is you talking about? Like, we started getting into it. I was like 12 years old or something like that. Hold on, when Mortal Kombat came out? That was 92. I was like 11. I was like 10, 11, depending on the year. I mean, depending on if it was before June or after June. I was like 10 or 11, and we just arguing. I ain't trying to hear that. I kept pumping gas. Like, I kept pumping gas. I would make 50 cents and be right back down there to play Mortal Kombat. I ain't trying to get your bum ass out of there. Fuck is going. It might have been an ancestor of fucking Jack Move Johnny or something. I don't know who the fuck it was. I'm like, man, get your bum ass out of there. All right, but anyway. I'm like, I'm gonna go I'm pumping this fucking gas. I'm making this money, and I'm gonna go play Mortal Kombat. I ain't trying to hear that. Get your nut ass out of here. But yeah, Mortal Kombat 1. Also, so next up on my top 100 list, you got FZero. What y'all know about? Y'all know about FZero. FZero for the Super NES. I remember the commercial for this game, and it was just like we ain't think it was real. Because I think it was showing off that mode, what is it, mode 7? Because FZero was like one of the first games to use that mode 7 or some shit, right? To make shit look like it was 3D and all that fly shit. Wasn't it like something like that? Isn't it mode 7 or something? I think. But anyway, the FZero commercial, it had all these crazy effects. And we ain't think that shit was real, dog. We was like, no, ain't no way that game looked like that. Like, it was just, I remember being in school talking about that shit. Niggas coming to school like, yo, you see that new FZero commercial? Like, motherfuckers was blown away by that FZero commercial. FZero was fire. And this is one of the games that I mastered. I mastered FZero. I beat every circuit front and back because they would do the reverse, right? Then they do the mirror tracks. I murdered this game, and I could play with any car. When I say I was a fucking beast, dog, like, I think I told y'all this before. Be clear. When I was a young boy, now I know I couldn't beat Battletoads when I was a young boy, and I couldn't beat Mike Tyson, and I did it as an adult. But when I was a young boy, dog, I was a better gamer, yo. For like overall, I was a better fucking gamer. Like, I was a better gamer, I believe. Especially when it came to fighting games. Like, I was, like, listen, man, when it came to fighting games, I was something else. I wish I still possessed them powers. Anyway, FZero, fucking fire, classic. My next game that made my top 100 is Super Mario Kart, the original. Yeah. See, that's the funny thing. Like, I talk shit about Nintendo, but I was there when all of these games that y'all be hyping up now, I was there with the original iteration. Yeah, the original iteration. I still love Mario Kart though. That's my shit. But the original Super Mario Kart for the Super NES. This was a game that used to have me waking up early in the morning. I'm talking about early in the morning, just so I can go to my homie house and be able to get a half an hour on Super Mario Kart. I used to go to his house at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning, dog. 7. We got to be to school. We had to be to school, what, 8:45 or some shit like that? I used to go to his house early just to play some Mario Kart. I love that game, dog. That game was so amazing to me. I just never seen nothing like it. It was insane, dog. Mario Kart was the shit. The fucking shit, yo. I love that goddamn game. Classic. Oh, it's on my top 100. Absolutely. Another game. Oh, man, that's in my top 10. Another game, Batman Returns for the Super NES. Classic side-scrolling beat 'em up. But I really feel like this game is kind of underrated. I really feel like this game went under the radar. Because when we talk about classic beat 'em ups, side-scrolling beat 'em ups, I don't really see people mentioning Batman Returns much. But I'm telling you, it was fucking fire. It was fire. Look it up on YouTube if you never played it or seen it. It was fucking fire. But I feel like this is an underrated game. I feel like a lot of people don't mention that game. Don't mention that game enough. So check it out. Batman Returns, definitely on my top 100. Love that game. Amazing. Next up, we got Revenge of Shinobi for the Genesis. And I still play this game right till this day. I still play this game on the Sega Genesis Classic Collection. Revenge of Shinobi. Oh my God. The graphics on this game was insane at the time. Great fucking game. You had powers. It was hard as shit too. Very hard game. Very hard game. A lot of people probably won't play that game right now unless they can use a rewind feature or some shit. That game was hard as fuck, but we fucking loved it. Revenge of Shinobi, a classic. All the Shinobis are classic. I had to remove Shadow Dancer, the one with the dog, but that's also a fucking classic. Not made by the same people, but still classic. And following that one on my top 100, Shinobi 3 for the Genesis. Woo! Still play that too, man. I still play. In fact, I just recorded gameplay not too long ago because I wanted to do a review. I wanted to do a classic review on Revenge of Shinobi and Shinobi 3. But I didn't do it because I know y'all niggas wouldn't watch it. So I didn't do it. But I did. I recorded a lot of gameplay for both of those games because I wanted to do a classic review for them. And then I got discouraged because I know how y'all niggas get down. But it is what it is. Classic. Next game. I was just playing this game the other day on the emulator. Genesis emulator. Next game on my top 100 list. Michael Jackson Moonwalker. Fantastic. First of all, I was a Michael Jackson fanboy as a young boy. You know what I'm saying? I dressed up like him on Easter one time when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I had to beat it. No, was it the Beat It? I had one. What's the jacket with all the zippers? The Thriller? Beat It? Thriller? One of them. I think it was Beat It. Yeah. Michael Jackson Moonwalker, man. That's on my top 100 list, man. This game was fantastic. I also got the arcade version on MAME, which is not that good. It's really not that good. Not compared to the Genesis version. This is one of the few games. Where the Genesis version is actually better than the arcade version. This is one of the few games. There's a couple other games too, where the home version is better than the arcade. Like some people might say Contra and Super Contra is better at home than it is in arcade. You also might get some people that say Punch-Out is better at home than it is in arcade. You know what I'm saying? But this one for sure, Michael Jackson Moonwalker was much better on the Genesis than the arcade version. Two totally different games. Michael Jackson Moonwalker's fucking fire. I'm actually playing that shit right now. Matter of fact, I solely went and got the Genesis emulator just to play Michael Jackson Moonwalker. Fire ass game. If you never played it, you might want to check it out. Check it out. It's a fucking classic. And I think if you want the physical copy, that thing go for a grip. But fire. Next up, Streets of Rage 2. Next up to make my top 100 list, Streets of Rage 2. What else can I say? Side-scrolling, classic. It was better than the original one in every way, and it is one of the all-time classic side-scrolling beat-em-ups. You know what I mean? You can argue which game is better, Streets of Rage 2 or Final Fight. That's me personally, Final Fight. But somebody picking Streets of Rage 2, I wouldn't be upset about that. That is definitely on my motherfucking top 100 list for sure. All right. Now, next up on my top 100. Now, although today it is absolutely garbage, but once upon a time, this game, the name was very highly praised in the gaming community. So my next game on my top 100 list is Madden 93. Madden 93 is one of the greatest football games of all time. You had to be there. This is the game where the ambulance can come on the field, run over players. This is the game where you would hear shit like, he'll remember that number after you get a hard tackle, or boom, where that truck come from. Madden doing all the commentary. Fire. We used to be up all night playing this game when we supposed to be in bed, sleep, and we used to play without the volume. Like the volume, of course, the volume all the way down, put a towel under the door so my mom couldn't see the light flashing up under the door when she walked by, and we would just sit up and play Madden. And you know what's funny? We ain't never do a running play. We were some passing motherfuckers. We ain't know what the fuck we was doing for real. But Madden 93, dog, it's a classic, dog. It's a Genesis it's a Genesis MVP, dog. I'm telling you. It's the best Madden game on Genesis. Some people may try to argue Madden 96. That was a great game on Genesis. But Madden 93, I think, will win every fucking time. Madden 93 will win every time. Classic. All right. Next up, we got Sonic 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, man. A game that we used to play a lot. My homie that used to live right next door to me and shit, we used to play this shit a lot, and they had the 2-player mode, and we didn't know what it was at the time, but the frame rate would slow down to about 8 frames per second. We didn't know what it was at the time. We just thought it was some slow motion shit. We kept it moving. We didn't really give it too much thought because it had like it had a 2-player mode split screen where y'all gotta race through a level and see who can get to the end first. You know what I mean? But it would be traps and different, like it used to be so much fun, yo. Fuck Sonic 2, classic platformer. Classic, dog. It's Sonic. Sonic 2, man. That's definitely on my top 100. Easy. Another football game on my top 100, NFL 2K5. What else do I need to say about that? It's funny because when I got locked up in 99, Madden was all everybody talked about. You had a bunch of football games throughout the years, but once Madden came over, Madden took over. Game day was good, but it wasn't fucking Madden. Madden was solidified, legendary. So when I came home, you know, this 2K shit was out, and I was like, I thought the shit was, you know, I used to watch a dude in the halfway house play it, and I used to be like, man, that shit ain't Madden. You know what I mean? It don't feel like Madden. It don't look like Madden. I just was in denial, though. I was a fanboy at the time. I was just a fucking Madden fanboy. But after I gave that game a chance, I seen exactly what people fucking meant when it come to 2K5. That game is fantastic. I got that game too on my PC. It's amazing. It is amazing. Oh, you know what? I missed some games over this side. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I told y'all Road Rash 2 I had to remove. I also had to remove NBA 2K11 off of my list when I had to whittle it down to 100. Hit the like button, people, if y'all don't mind. We're going to keep it going. Next up on my list is a fighter that made my top 100. That game is Tekken 3. Tekken 3. When this game came out, first of all, it had like a special arcade cabinet where it was like, I know at my arcade, it had a special arcade cabinet where it was like on a big screen. It looked fucking beautiful. The graphics was insane. I played this game so much in arcade. Also, when it came to PS1, I played this shit like I played this game so much. I was a fucking beast with Jin. Like, this was one of the games where I played in arcade and I'm going all the way to the end every time. I'm beating the game every time. Like, I'm beating the game every time in the arcade. And y'all know how the arcades used to be. They were set up, they was designed to take all your money. You know what I mean? The difficulty in arcades are ramped up because it's designed to take all your money and make you keep dumping quarters in that motherfucker. This was one of the games where I put my 50 cent in and I'm going all the way to the end. I'm going all the way to, I was a fucking beast at Tekken 3. Love that game, dog. That's definitely on my top 100 of all time. All right. Now, another game on my top 100, Resident Evil 2, the original. The original. Resident Evil 2, the original. This was a game where after the first game came out, it just took the gaming world by storm. You never seen nothing like it. Yeah, I mean, I used to be in Funko Land, and I was cool with all the employees that worked at Funko Land and shit. Cause that's how I used to do too. Like, I used to hang out at certain game stores, and I would get cool with the employees and shit. Cause I was a cool dude, you know what I mean? I knew about games. I could talk about them all day, and they used to just let me sit in there and play games and shit. Plus, you know, Funko Land used to have the kiosks and all that. They have certain games on it. You can go in there and play. But I used to be in the back, where they had a kiosk in the back, and I used to be like, yo, can I play Resident Evil? And he used to let me sit there and play that shit. People used to walk up. They used to be blown away. I used to play the motherfucker like I owned it, right there in the store, right there in Funko Land, dog. Like, the first Resident Evil, it was something amazing. It was amazing. But when 2 came out, when 2 came out, I was locked up. I was in juvenile, so I didn't get to play 2 until 99. You know what I'm saying? I came home. I think my brother had a PlayStation, and we did not have a memory card. We had no memory card. So I actually beat 2 in one sitting because I couldn't turn the game off. Turn the game off is a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no built-in saving and all that. You got to have a memory card. You know how it was with the PS1. You ain't got no memory card. You ain't saving shit. You really might as well not even play no games. Don't even play no games if you got a memory card unless you plan on going all the way to the end. Like, oh, you want to play this shit with no memory card? Oh, you ready to go to the end of this motherfucker? No, you ain't ready to go to the end of this motherfucker? Well, get your casual bum ass the fuck up out of here if you ain't ready to go all the way, nigga, without no memory card. So I had no memory card playing Resident Evil 2. I had to sit up all night playing that motherfucker. And I'm not complaining. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not complaining. It was wonderful. But yeah, this is one of the things. You know what? It's crazy too, though. Because the first time I made it to the end, guess what happened? I fucking died. I died and had to start all the way over, dog. But I had knew the game by then. I died and had to start all the way over. But when I got to that end the second time, I was able to beat that shit. So yeah, fond memories of Resident Evil 2, man. That shit crazy. So yeah, Resident Evil 2 is definitely on my top 100 list. All right, now we got Tekken 2. Tekken 2 was upgraded in every way over Tekken 1. Over every way. Like, it ain't much to say. I'm not gonna spend too much time on Tekken 2. It's just know it was great. It was like the leap from Tekken 1 to 2 was huge. Like fucking huge. And I remember, man, yo, oh man, every Tekken 2 that I owned, because I owned it a couple of times, it was 5-finger discount, but it was great. Tekken 2 is a classic. Definitely on my top 100. There's no way that wouldn't be on my top 100. It's another game I spent a lot of time in. Next up, we got Resident Evil 1. Like I just said, Resident Evil 1 just was something we never seen before. I was fucking loving it. Jiggle sandwich, all that, because it wasn't really like, now you look back on it, it's like that shit cheesy as fuck with some of them lines. But at that time, like that, like a cinematic game like that was just something different. And even though it might have been cheesy, you really ain't look at it like that. Like, it was okay. You still loved it. You know what I mean? To be able to play a cinematic game like that, it was just amazing, dog. The game was hard as hell, too. Like, that's one of them games. And this, this is back then, man. They not holding your hand and none of that shit. You better pay attention and figure this shit out if you want to get out this motherfucking, you want to survive the night. Other than that, you're going to be stuck, nigga. Talk about it at school. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers to bring you some info. Get a Game Pro magazine or Electronic Gaming Monthly or something like that. Figure it the fuck out. But RE motherfucking 1, fire, dog. It was a cinematic experience that I never knew I needed. Fucking fire. Next up on my top 100, we got Twisted Metal, the original PS1 Twisted Metal. I remember the Game Pro rating system like it was yesterday. They would give you from 1.0 to 5.0. I remember they gave this game a 3.5 for graphics, and they gave it a 5.0 for sound. Me and my homie, this is before he had a PlayStation and I had one. He used to rent his PlayStation from Blockbuster. And we used to get Twisted Metal, and we would sit there and play it all day because, it had two-player split screen. And we used to sit there and play tag all day long, trying to kill each other. Like, it, man, Twisted Metal, dog. That shit was so fire when that shit first came out. It was a big deal. Damn, man, that shit taking me back right now. Twisted Metal, man. Wow. Definitely on my top 100 list. Definitely. It wouldn't be right without it. Man, awesome game. Next up, we got Destruction Derby. Woo! Yo, this the game where, like, the attention to detail. Like, I remember my homie used to be like, yo, dog, you talk about this shit every day. Because it was like every time I went to school, it was just like I discovered something new. Like, I remember my car being crushed up like a can, and I'm like, yo, I got hit from the front, I got hit from the back. Pause. I was like, yo, my car was crushed. Like, Twisted Metal, man, I love this game so much, dog, because of the fucking car damage. Like, you've never seen car damage like that. I'm talking about when you see pieces flying, glass shattering, and all that shit, your car getting deformed. Yo, it was so fire. And you know what's crazy? I used to play this shit on a black and white TV. Yeah. I used to play Destruction Derby on a black and white TV. A motherfucking 12-inch black and white TV. I don't know what color was nothing. What colors was the cars? I have no idea. The track, what time of the day was it? Was it sunny? Was it cloudy? Yeah, was it nighttime? I have no idea. I had no color, but it didn't fucking matter. The game was amazing. Amazing. I didn't care. I could see all the pieces and shit flying. I could recognize the car all crushed up. But if you wanted to ask me what color was shit, I don't know, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got me. Right now, for $1 million, what color was the starting car? I don't know. Maroon? I don't fucking know. Beet juice color? I don't know. Shitty green? I don't know. I have no idea. If they ask me right now, $1 million, tell us the car, your default car, I would lose. I have no idea. I'm sorry. To me, it was black or white. I don't know. Shit crazy. Yes, I did a lot of gaming. A lot of them games, I've been naming already, I was playing on the black and white TV, especially all of those Nintendo games. Yes. Yeah, pretty much, man. It is what it is, man, Some people had it more rough than others. Moving on. All right. Now, I will get to the super chats when I'm done. If y'all can just bear with me, I will get to the super chats when I'm done. My next game on my top 100 list is Time Crisis, the original arcade Time Crisis. This game blew me the fuck away. I'm an attention to detail dude. This game blew me away. The whole pedal mechanic, the duck behind shit. the gun, the light gun, actually recoiling when you shoot it, dog, you talking about like, yo. And this is the game too, because I was actually pretty good at it. I got pretty good at this game. This is the game I used to draw a crowd around me. Like, not really from like hardcore motherfuckers, but like, like casual motherfuckers coming through the arcade and shit, dudes with their girl and shit like that. And people used to stop and watch me play it because it was fascinating. It was on this big screen, arcade cabinet, native arcade cabinet. The gun recoiled like a real gun. You know what I'm saying? Then you had this pedal mechanic. Nobody never seen nothing like that. So when I used to be sitting there playing it, a crowd used to gather around. Like, motherfuckers used to be sitting there watching me and shit. I was a star in Time Crisis. That shit was amazing. I had got it when it came to PlayStation 2. When it came to PlayStation, I had got it in 99 after I had came home. And there was a hack. You could do a hack where you can use, because the light gun that came with it at home did not recoil, and it had the button on the side that you used to have to press the duck. But then there was a hack where you can make the second controller be the pedal. You know what I'm saying? You can put the second controller on the floor and make that be a pedal. Of course, you ain't got to stomp on the motherfucker, but just have a toe hitting the button, ducking. It felt just like the arcade. Amazing. Shit was fucking amazing. Time Crisis, one of my all-time top 100 games. Shit was fire. Next up, we got Die Hard Trilogy. Die Hard Trilogy was a game for the PS1. I love this fucking game. I remember the corner store was ran by some Asian folks, and their son was a gamer. And me and him, we got real cool, and he used to let me borrow his Die Hard Trilogy. This is I was playing Die Hard Trilogy in 9.7, but I also was playing it again in 9.9. And he used to let me hold his Die Hard Trilogy. So if you never played Die Hard Trilogy, it was 3 games in one. So you had Die Hard 1, which was like a third-person shooter. Then you had Die Hard 2, which was like an on-rail shooter. You know what I'm saying? And then you had Die Hard 3, which was like a driving game where you had to drive around New York City and disable bombs and all that. And it had a couple good mechanics, like you could follow the ambulance to get through the traffic and all that shit. It was actually pretty good, man. I love it. It's one of my favorite games. If they did a remake, I would be fucking stoked. I love that game. I played that shit so much, yo, so much. And it was hard as shit too. But it was banging. It had all the, because that's some of my favorite movies too, right? So it had all the sound bites from the movies and all that. I think it wasn't Bruce. It was somebody else. They didn't sound like him, but shit, it was recognizable. Yippee-ki-yay and all that shit. Die Hard Trilogy, one of my top 100 games of all time. Fire fucking game. Next up on the list, we got Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation. Man, this game right here, this was the game right here where, like, this was the game right here that when I talked about this game, it was like, this was the game that would like fuck people up. Like, hold on, nigga. Hold on. You a real nerd, dog. Like, hold up. What? Like, because Metal Gear Solid, like, I remember when I discovered, in order to see alarms that had the infrared beams, you had to smoke a cigarette and then blow smoke so you could see the beam. Nigga! It's like, yo! What? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm telling, like, that attention to detail shit, it's just always been in me, dog. Pause. But it was just like, what? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, all that, like, using the second controller, like, all of that extra shit that Kojima did with MGS, was just insane, dog. Like, me and my brother, man, we used to play this game, though. Like, yo, man, he was a master at that shit. That shit was a little difficult for my little retarded ass. But at times, like, man, that game, oh, my God, that game was so fire, dog. That shit was so fire. It just... Man, I can't wait till that remake come out. I'm definitely playing that one. I don't know if they're going to come in a bundle or whatever. I'm definitely playing MJ because I need to play it again anyway. You know what I'm saying? Fire. I was just, the attention to detail in that game was just unbelievable for me. Unfucking believable. Like everything, leaving footprints in the snow, everything was just amazing. Fucking amazing. It was amazing. It's amazing, dog. You gotta play. Y'all gotta play. Y'all gonna play them. Y'all gotta play the Metal Gear games when they come back out too, dog. Y'all definitely gotta play those. Next game on my top 100, we got Metal Slug. Metal Slug was a Neo Geo exclusive, I believe. This was a game that used to be in the back of the arcade. If you ever knew how arcades was set up, all of the popular games would be towards the front of the arcade. Like when you first walk into the arcade, all of the popular games would be like right in your face. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like the Tekkens, the Street Fighters, the Mortal Kombats, the X-Men versus Street Fighter, the Marvel superheroes, you know what I'm saying? The Marvel versus Capcom and the Daytona USAs, all that would be like, you know what I mean, in your face as soon as you walk into the arcade. And then all of the corny shit, I mean, all of the shit that didn't make no money would be like in the back of the fucking arcade where people barely was at and shit. You be back there by yourself. Because I used to be back there by myself playing Raiden and Metal Slug. And also they had Killer Instinct 2 used to be back there too. Because I don't know what the fuck happened, but Killer Instinct, the original, was a big hit. Some reason they dropped the ball on part 2, and that shit used to be in the back of the arcade, and I used to be back there by my goddamn self playing that motherfucker, along with Metal Slug and fucking Raiden 3. These are excellent games, but they just ain't really popping arcade like that for whatever reason. Plus, it was Neo Geo. Niggas was never gonna have one. It is what it is. I like Metal Slug. I beat them all, I think, or most of them. I own a bunch of them. And good side-scrolling beat 'em up. And that art style is just it's timeless. It's fucking timeless. I fucking love Metal Slug. It's amazing. Next up, we got Virtua Fighter 2. Virtua Fighter. Now, I did like Virtua Fighter. I was a fan of Virtua Fighter. But Virtua Fighter 2? Ooh, man, that shit was like, first of all, it was a graphical leap. You know what I mean? It was a generational leap from part 1 to 2. Like, it was insane. This game, it was fire. Like, Virtua Fighter was one of them games where I felt like in my area, they wasn't really that popular like that. I know I think they were more popular in Japan and shit like that. But Virtua Fighter was one of them games where it wasn't really big crowds around Virtua Fighter. You know what I'm saying? You had a nice little crowd around 2, and you had bigger crowds around 3, but like 2, it was just like small minimum. Like everybody was, on the other popular fighting games at the time. Because Virtua Fighter is one of them games where you could be dead in like 4 hits, nigga. It could be over. You know what I'm saying? You remember how that was. Like it was more realistic. You know what I'm saying? You get hit with a hard hit, slammed on your fucking head. That shit taking most of your goddamn life. So I don't think it really caught on like that in my area when it came to like fighting games that drew the big crowds. But I still fucking love that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Virtua Fighter 2, definitely on my list. One of my favorite fighting games of all time. Next up, we got Virtual Cop. Virtual Cop. Virtual Cop was fucking banging, right? The graphics was banging, all of that shit. But the one thing that used to have me so hype about Virtual Cop when it first came out and I first played it? Shooting at the wall and it would leave bullet holes. Yes. Facts. 100% facts. I used to always shoot at the wall just so I could see the bullet holes because I was so blown away by that little added detail. You got to understand, I'm from the beginning of gaming. A lot of shit that people take for granted now, I was experiencing that shit when they were adding it to games for the first time ever. You know what I'm saying? So there was a time where you play Operation Wolf, you didn't see no bullet holes. You know what I'm saying? That's an old school shit. I might be losing some of y'all. But if you play Operation Wolf, you didn't see no bullet holes. So to actually play a shooter where the bullets left holes in the wall, man, listen, man, that shit, man, man, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. If you in the attention to detail, you know what I'm feeling right now. It was amazing. It was fucking amazing. So I love Virtual Cop, not just for that, but that was one of my standout highlights. It was like, oh shit, I could leave bullets in the hole in the fucking wall. Crazy. Next up, we got Daytona, USA. This is also another arcade platinum classic, dog. Like, I mean, Daytona is still in arcades now. I mean, you know, Dave and Buster's and shit like that. Daytona is still around now. I think it's more so Daytona 2, but Daytona USA, you walk into the arcade and it's going to be one of the sounds that you hear. Daytona, however that shit go, you know how it go. As soon as you walk in the arcade, you gonna hear this. You gonna hear Mortal Kombat. You gonna hear NBA Jam. Daytona's gone away. I don't know how the fucking shit go, but you know what I'm talking about. The shit was crazy. Daytona was amazing. That's one of the games that I can drive. I can play with the motherfucking stick, nigga. I don't need automatic on Daytona USA. Yeah, and I know how to hit the motherfucking corners at 200 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Daytona was the fucking shit. That was the shit. That was the shit. Especially when you went to a big arcade and they had like 8 of them motherfuckers linked together. Yo, come on, man. Daytona, man. Fucking classic, yo. Fucking classic. You heard me? Classic. Now, and that shit was expensive too. I think they wanted $1 for Daytona. Daytona was $1, right? They wanted $1 for that motherfucker. See, I started in the arcade when games was $0.25. Then they went up to 50 cents. And then they went up to fucking $1. You know what I mean? San Francisco Rush. All them driving games was $1. Fucking NBA Jam to play a whole game, it was $1. Then by the time like tournament edition came out, then they wanted fucking $2. But yeah, crazy. Next up on my list, the fucking Godfather, right? Street Fighter 2. That's it. Original. Street Fighter 2. I mean, is there anything I got to say about this one? Street Fighter fucking 2. Although we did get tired of Street Fighter 2, though. I ain't gonna lie. Mortal Kombat definitely took a lot of thunder away from Street Fighter 2. Because, you know, back then it was like, all right, Street Fighter 2, okay. And then it was like Street Fighter Champion Edition. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Super Street Fighter 2. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Okay, now we're going to get Street Fighter 3? Nah, take the Street Fighter Alpha. Like, nigga, what the fuck? What the fuck? But the original, though, especially if you played the original Street Fighter and then play Street Fighter 2, if we had to do like a top 10 for like the biggest leaps between one game to the next, from Street Fighter to Street Fighter 2, that got to be one of the biggest leaps in gaming you have ever seen. Like, wow. Fucking wow. It's Street Fighter 2, dog. What more must I say? Street Fighter 2. Next up is Street Fighter Alpha. I love Street Fighter Alpha. I love Street Fighter Alpha. I used to play that game in arcade all the time. And then when it came to PlayStation, I remember I traded in my brother Genesis. He ain't want that shit anyway. But I traded in my brother Genesis. I had to dig it out the bottom of the fucking closet too. You know what I'm saying? I traded in my brother Genesis. I went to Game Gallery. They used to have this game store called Game Gallery in Philadelphia. I didn't go to Funko Land because Funko Land used to be on some fuck shit. If you remember, Funko Land, you needed a parent to do everything. Like, get off my dick, Funko Land. God damn. Like, if you wanted to trade, you could not trade a game in at Funko Land unless you was accompanied by a parent. And it ain't have to be a mature rated game. You know what I'm saying? The shit could have been fucking Flintstones. And you need a parent to trade in the game. It's like, come on, man. God damn, I just want to trade the game in for something else. Can I get Tom and Jerry? No, you need a parent. Funko Land used to be on some fuck shit. I hated Funko Land for that. Like, damn, stop being nutty. But then we had Game Gallery. So I just would go to Game Gallery and do all my motherfucking gaming transactions. Took a Genesis to Game Gallery, and they gave me about $60 for that motherfucker, I believe. And I was able to get Street Fighter Alpha for the PlayStation. Oh, man. The tall case. Remember the PS1, the original tall cases? One of those joints. Yeah, classic. Street Fighter Alpha, fire. I love it. I played it so much in arcade. It was something different. You know what I mean? Each character had like a different end boss, like whoever your nemesis was and all that fly shit. And then I like the art style. Loved it. It was definitely a graphical leap over Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo and shit. So, or Super Street Fighter 2, whatever. Love it. Street Fighter Alpha is definitely on my top 100. All right. Now, next up, we got another card, another racer. I feel like this is underrated also. San Francisco Rush. I'm thinking about it. I used to be an asshole when people used to get on this game in the arcade, right? If you remember the arcade cabinet for San Francisco Rush, if you wanted to go in reverse, you had to press the white button to the side of you. It was like on your right side where you had the, it had a lever, but the lever, what was the lever used for? It was like for slow or fast or some shit like that. It wasn't a gear lever. It was a different type of lever or something. But right below it, it had the white button. If you wanted to go in reverse, you used to have to hold that button to go in reverse. So when people used to get on the machine and play, I used to be pressing that fucking button. I was an asshole, dog. Like, soon as a nigga about to hit the ramp, I press the fucking button so they could lose speed and then fucking crash and blow up. Oh, man, that's good times, man. Good fucking times, man. Get your ass off the machine. Get out my way. I was an asshole. I was a young boy. You know what I'm saying? I was about 15, something like that, man. I was a young boy. I was a wild young boy. But, you know, the shit was fun. I was pranking niggas. It was a prank. God damn, it was a prank. I'm sorry, man. I cost a lot of people some quarters, but it was a prank, man. You know what I'm saying? I was being immature. All right? I wouldn't do that now. Or would I? Say, no, I wouldn't do that now. I wouldn't do that now. But yeah, man, that shit used to be funny as shit. Motherfuckers start slowing down like, yo, what the fuck? Like, that shit, they be reacting. I don't know what the hell going on. Good times, man. Good times. And you know what's crazy? Because when we first got San Francisco Rush in the arcade that I used to go to, it was a single machine. You know what I'm saying? I remember I went up there one day and they connected them. They made it a 2 joint where you could race you. They made it a 2-player joint. I remember calling my homie like, yo, they added another machine of San Francisco Rush. You got to come up here right now. This shit crazy. We can race each other now. Hype as shit, dog. Hype as shit. My love for games back then is I still love games, but I'm telling you, my passion back then was just on another level, dog. Like, I'm telling you, man, I didn't have no preferences back in the day. I didn't have no preference. I just want to play games. I didn't give a fuck if it was the Atari. I didn't give a fuck if it was a Tiger handheld. I didn't care if it was a Game Boy, Game Gear, Atari Lynx, or Virtual Boy. I used to go to Blockbuster and play Virtual Boy all the time. I did not care, nigga. I just wanted to play games. Like, I wish I still had that mentality. If I still had that mentality that I had as a young boy now, dog, I would be playing everything. Zelda. I would have a Nintendo. It would be no fucking way I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I would have a Switch. I'd be playing all them Switch games. Everything, dog. Everything. I had no preferences. If it was a fucking video game, I want to play it. Like, man, I wish I was still like that, man. I miss them days, man. I be thinking now, and I be like, yo, man, I just love gaming, period. Like, period. Now they kind of come down to, like, you know, AAA bangers, big budget. But back then, man, you give me any fucking thing, dog, I'm going to have a fucking blast. Fuck, I miss them days. All right, next up, we got Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct, the original Killer Instinct in the arcade. You know, when they had the intro, coming to your home consoles in 1995, Ultra Nintendo. You know, when they had the original Ultra Nintendo. That's when it was supposed to be called Ultra Nintendo. Somewhere along the way, they turned it to Nintendo 64. But the original Killer Instinct, it was something, that combo system, the combo breakers, how loud it was. Ultra Combo. This is another game that when it came out, it just drowned out every other game in the fucking arcade. You know, I did think it was a little corny because of the fatalities. Was like some, you know, it's Nintendo, so they were like watered down and shit. But other than that, man, this game was just amazing, yo. The graphics, it was done by Rare. The graphics was just top of the line. The combo system, the ultra combos, Everything about this game was good. The sound was amazing. And this was a very popular game in the arcade. That's why when part 2 came out, everybody hated part 2. Nobody wanted to play it. Part 2 ended up in the back of the fucking arcade, empty. Like part 2 literally used to be empty, dog. Like not a single person used to be playing Killer Instinct 2. I'm going to tell you right now, no bullshit, no exaggeration. I never played against anybody in Killer Instinct 2 in the arcade. I tell you no lies. I never played against another person for Killer Instinct 2 in the arcade. That's how bad it flopped. At least in my area. In my area, that's how bad it flopped. Nobody was ever on the machine. I never seen nobody on the machine, dog. That's how bad it was. That joint flopped like a fish out of water. Like it did bad. You think Redfall did bad? Like in today's time, I feel like this shit did worse than Redfall because at least people played that motherfucker. Niggas, I mean, I think Killer Instinct 2 got like a cult following or some shit now, but back then, no. Nope. You ain't want to waste your money on no motherfucking Killer Instinct 2. Nope, not at all. Facts. I'm telling you. I tell you no lies. Next up, we got Royal Rumble for the Super NES. Somebody was talking about this game, and I did not like their motherfucking tone when they was talking about this game. I think it was the Angry Video Game Nerd. I think he did a wrestling joint, and he did Royal Rumble, and I ain't like what he had to say, dog. I'm like, man, shut the fuck, you crazy. Royal Rumble on the Super NES was fire. Huh? Yo, man, listen, man. Yo, no slander will be tolerated. That game was so fucking good, man. Royal Rumble on the Super NES. I think who I got on the front cover? I think got a bunch of people on the front cover, like Mr. Perfect, maybe Jake the Snake. I think Razor Ramon, Chico. I think Chico was on the front. Listen. That game was amazing. We used to play this game all day long. My homie had that shit on his Super NES. I love Royal Rumble, man. That shit was fire. I remember watching the Angry Video Game fucking video. I was in here hollering, dog. I'm like, nigga, what? I think he said something like, wasn't that God? Man, listen, I wanted to debate him so fucking bad. For real, nigga. You ain't the only one. Yeah, nigga, I think I proceed him. Like, hold up, nigga. I know you the Angry Video Game Nerd and all that, but hold up, man. You getting out of control talking about some Royal Rumble. That shit's fucking fire. Fire. Love that fucking game. That's on my top 100 for sure. Another game on my top 100. Cruising in USA. Yeah, man. Rare was unstoppable back in them arcade days. I'm telling you, Rare was on another level. That's why when Xbox got, like, Rare is a former shell of itself. Like, matter of fact, Rare ain't even Rare no more. I don't even know who the fuck they is now. Who them people that Xbox got? I don't know them people. They are imposters. I don't know who the hell them people are. But back in the day when Rare was firing on all cylinders, man, listen. Cruising USA, I remember I love that game, though. I remember running over the cow in the middle of the road. Then they took it out for the fucking 64. It was a big downgrade in the 64. Like, it was still good, you know what I mean, going from the arcade to the 64. But that Cruising USA was it was a big downgrade going from the arcade to the 64. They took the cows out, all that shit. Damn, you know what? I remember with playing Cruising 64 and shit. I went over this bitch crib. Her cousin was there. It was summertime. It was like summer of 97. I go over there. Her name was Tiana and shit. I don't know where Tiana at, wherever she at. Shout out to Tiana. She was a fat John and shit, but her cousin was bad as shit. And I was playing Cruising. She had a 64, and I had Cruise. I didn't even have a 64 at the time, but she had one. So I used to make sure I got some games from Blockbuster because I knew I was going over our house. And, you know, I played over there. And I think I told y'all about her. I used to be hitting it while her dad was a paraplegic. And I used to have a fucking headboard bouncing off the wall. And it was right to their room. Oh, I was such a terrible person, man. I would never do no shit like that. I don't even like that I did that. Like her dad was paralyzed from the neck down, and I used to be fucking her in her room, and her headboard used to hit the wall that connect her mom room because her mom had already left because she didn't want to be with him no more. She was on some fuck. She was a piece of shit. And I used to be dicking the shit out this fat bitch. This bitch had some good ass pussy. I ain't gonna even hold you. That shit used to be great. Like she had the type pussy you just fall in that motherfucker. That shit was wet and shit. Anyway, I'm such a piece of shit. That is so corny, dog. I see why, I had some bad luck in my life over the years, man, because I was out of pocket. I was a young boy, but that shit just disgusting. I was so disrespectful. Anyway, I was over her crib one day. Her cousin was over there, and I'm playing Cruising USA. I drove all the way from San Fran to New York. Remember, you used to have to drive across the USA. You know what I'm saying? After I got done, the chick was still up watching me. The other Joan, the fat Joan, she sleep. She sounded like a bear and all that shit on the chair. She knocked the fuck out. I'm like, damn, I look back, I see the Joan, she wide awake. I'm like, let me cut this game off, man. So I did beat it. Ain't like I was like, I cut it off halfway through. You know what I'm saying? I beat the game first, bitch. You gonna wait. I don't give a fuck. These games come first. Anyway, I turned the game off and we put on the TV. You know what was on? A movie called Point of No Return. I'll never forget that. I sat next to her on the love seat and we just sitting there chilling. It was cold and shit. I remember like, damn cold, man. She grabbed my hand. She was like, yeah, you is cold. I was like, you cold too? I put my hand on her leg and we just were staring at each other. And next thing you know, I just started tonguing her down and shit, like just crazy. I started eating up pussy all on the floor. Whatever. That shit was crazy though. But anyway, Cruising USA, fire game, classic. I was never really a big fan of like Cruising the World and all them other cruisings they came out with, but Cruising USA, the original one, fire. You know what I'm saying? Fucking fire. Definitely one of my top 100 games of all time, for sure. I play that game right now, for sure. That's my shit. Next up, we got Mario 64. Mario motherfucking 64, man. This game right here. Listen, this is why This is why like motherfuckers need to understand, man. When I talk about Nintendo nowadays, it's just they don't do nothing for me. But Nintendo used to be very prominent in my motherfucking gaming life, dog. And that's what I be saying. Like, there's a lot of new Nintendo dudes. Y'all niggas ain't come from the motherfucking slums of Nintendo with me. I was there. And Mario 64. When this shit came out, listen, I remember it like it was yesterday. Toys R Us was running a special promotion. They had like 10 kiosks of the Nintendo 64 set up leading up to the launch that September. It was the summer of 96. The summer of 96, you can go to Toys R Us and play the full game of Mario 64. You can sit in the store and collect 120 stars. I never did it, but I'm just letting you know. I collected about 80 something like around there. We used to go to Toys R Us every single day. Me and my homie, he's still my homie till this day. Yes, I got childhood friends. Yes, I got friends I've been friends with over 30 years. Let's just put that out there. We used to go there every single day and play Mario like we owned that motherfucker. We get in there. Sometimes we get in there and our save game will be deleted. We in there raising hell like it's ours. Like, this nigga, that ain't your shit. The fuck? That ain't your shit. But Toys R Us had a big section and it was like 10 kiosks of Nintendo 64 set up and you could sit there and play Mario all day. And that's what we used to do. Sit there and play Mario 64 all day. I did not collect 120 stars before the game came out, but I did beat the game before it even released. You know what I'm saying? Because you can still beat the game without collecting. You can still beat Bowser. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I beat Mario 64 before that in Toys R Us. The first time I beat Bowser was in Toys R Us. And I don't know if it's the real ending. Was it like a real ending or some shit? If you got the real ending with the 120 stars or some shit like that? I forgot how that shit used to go, but yeah, I beat Bowser before that game ever came out. We used to go up there. This was the same summer that Independence Day came out. And this was the same summer we was fucking with these bitches that went by the fat bitches. And listen, we gonna do that, man. This is my homie I told y'all about. We gonna do the joint with the bitches, man. I gotta get this nigga. This nigga be on some other shit. I gotta get him. That's also like my man that he was a super hardcore gamer like me. You know what I'm saying? That's my only homie. All my other homies, they was too tough, too gangster. But this is my wingman when it came to gaming and getting bitches and shit. He was into everything when it came to gaming, like RPGs, Ogre Battle, Secret of Evermore, fucking Piano Aces, Chrono Trigger, all them corny shits and shit. I thought they was corny at the time. I'm like, yo, Persona and all that. I remember he was hype as shit for Persona, like the original Persona on PS1. I remember he was hype as shit for that. I remember seeing that shit like, man, get that dog shit out of here. Anyway, Mario 64, hands down, top 100 game. It's not even a fucking question. Mario 64. Next up, we got Mario Kart 64. Mario Kart. I know, man. I know I've been saying this shit for a while. Just bear with me, man. Bear with me. All right. Bear with me, man. I'm telling you, this year it's going to happen. Bear with me. Next up, we got Mario Kart 64. This was another game where it was amazing. I had this game in the crib on the black and white. You know what I'm saying? So don't ask me no colors in Mario Kart 64. I don't know. All right. I don't fucking know. I was picking characters because I recognize them, not off of color, all right? But this was my shit. I beat this game front and back, too. Like, I mastered Mario Kart 64. Like, mastered everything about this game. I mastered. That's how I used to be back in the day when I was a young boy in the house playing these games. Niggas shit getting mastered. Mario Kart 64 was one of them. Mastered this game. Straight fire. I feel like it's still a classic to this day. Yes, it is. That's why it's on my top 100. It's still a classic to this day. Please bear with me on the super chats. I'm going to get to the super chats. As soon as I'm done, before I get to the top 10, I'll read the super chats and then we'll get to the top 10. I'm almost done. All right. I'm almost done. If anybody in the rush, we talking games. Enjoy yourselves. All right. Mario Kart 64, fucking classic. Love it. The shit is fucking awesome. It's a banger. It's Mario Kart, dog. It's fucking Mario Kart. And I still like Mario Kart to this day. That game just never gets old. You know what I'm saying? That game, that's one of the games that I really like. Yeah, it's still good. Some of that other Nintendo shit, no, I'm good. But Mario Kart stood the test of time for me. All right. Next up on my top 100 list is NHL Open Ice. Yes. This game was made by the same people that made NBA Jam. This was a 2-on-2 hockey game. I got that on my emulator right now on my main. I still play it to this day. It's just, I had it on PlayStation too. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You know, it's funny too, because this was one of the two games I had. So me and my homie, we was fucking with these bitches. We was over their crib. I took my PlayStation over there. I had NHL Open Ice and I had Disruptor. Yeah, Disruptor. Y'all don't know nothing about that. As a matter of fact, Disruptor is made by, who is Disruptor made by? It's made by somebody that's very relevant today. Who is Disruptor made by? I forgot. It's made by somebody very relevant today, though. But anyway, Disruptor and Open Ice. I remember that because the bitch I was fucking with, we ended up breaking up that night because her cousin came in the room, grabbed on my dick, and I ain't do nothing. I thought they were setting me up playing a little games. They used to be doing a lot of pranking shit. So I ain't know what the fuck was going on. And why did she even do that anyway? She know I'm fucking with her cousin. She just gonna come in there and grab on my Johnson & Johnson. Talking about some make it jump. Make it jump. What the fuck? Anyway, you know what I mean? That's neither here nor there. I'll tell y'all about that another time. Right? But we was over there playing Open Ice, and we was playing that shit all night because my homie ended up leaving. Him and his chick he was fucking with got into an argument. And he was like, yo, let me hold Disruptor. I was like, go ahead, take it. We played NHL Open Ice all night. And, man, NHL Open Ice is a great game. Great fucking game. It's made by the people that made NBA Jam. It's just like NBA Jam, but it's hockey. You know what I mean? 2-on-2. The puck can get on fire. It got the commentary, all that shit. It's fire. It's over the top. It's amazing. I love it. Definitely on my top 100. Absolutely. I still play it to this day. I got it on main right now. Still my shit. Love it. NHL Open Ice. Crazy shit, man. I got a lot of stories, man. I'm telling you, man. A lot of stories. Next up, we got another fighter. We got Marvel Superheroes. Marvel Superheroes. The one that came after X-Men Children of Adam. I believe it's considered to be a sequel. This is the one where Thanos was the end boss, and it had all the Infinity Stones. You know, you could pick up Infinity Stones during the match, and you would get to certain powers that, you know, coincided with the Infinity Stones. So Marvel Superheroes, great game, fucking fire. It's a fighter. A lot of y'all played it. Y'all know it was on PlayStation. It was on Saturn. The better version was on Saturn. Good game. Like, just class. I'm trying to get that on my main emulator. I can't ever get that shit to work. So I don't know what the fuck. I need that. I wish they come out with a cap. You know how they do the Street Fighter collection and all that, and they just did the Capcom collection? I wish they do a Marvel superhero collection or a Marvel collection with X-Men Children of Adam, Marvel versus X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter, and so on and so forth. Like, god damn, I wish they come out with that collection. Shit. Speaking of Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter, that's the next game on my top 100 list. Come on. That crossover was crazy, dog. I remember going to the arcade and seeing X-Men versus Street Fighter for the first time and just not understanding how is this happening? Like, whose idea was this? Like, X-Men versus Street Fighter, what the fuck is going on? And I remember when I first walked into the arcade and I seen that shit, it was crowded. Like, this had to be one of the biggest fucking crowds I ever seen around a fucking machine, dog. Like, it was huge. Pause. It's like, yo, what is going on? Like, this shit is crazy. I just didn't think that shit would work. Like, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, what the fuck is that? Like, how does this make sense? You know what I'm saying? Because this was around the time where it was like, man, I would have rather a Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter, not a fucking X. What the fuck? How does this come together? Like, who's behind this? But it turned out to be an amazing game. Of course, the gameplay was much different from Marvel Superheroes. The gameplay was much different from X-Men Children of Adam. And it was much different from just regular Street Fighter. You know what I mean? It definitely worked out and it became a motherfucking classic. But I remember at the time, I just didn't think it mixed. It was like oil and water. You know what I'm saying? It was like oil and water. I just didn't understand how that combination came together, but it worked out for the best. So that's good. Next up on my top 100, we got Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi. What more can I say? In the arcade, that shit was fire. And one of the things that really, really made me like this game was that it used real locations. It used real locations like Tower Records and Pizza Hut and Taco Bell and shit like that. It used real locations. And I used to play this shit in the arcade heavy. Like when this shit came out, I think it came out like in 99 or some shit like that. I used to play that shit heavy. This is one of the main games I would play when I went to the arcade, Crazy Taxi. Never was able to really get into part 2 and 3 and all that, but the original will forever be a classic in my gaming book. Definitely on my top 100. I love this fucking game. I own it right now. I got it on Steam and I got it a couple other places. I think I don't somewhere else, Xbox, something. I got it a couple places. All right. Excuse me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Next on my list, and we're about to start getting into familiar territory for you casuals. Next on my list, we got God of War 1. God of War 1. What more can I say about the original Kratos? What more can I say about where it all started? God of War 1. This was one of the games that came out when I was locked up upstate, but it became an instant must play for me after I seen the commercial. And they ain't even really show no gameplay in the commercial. I just remember it was like a commercial where it was like projections off the wall and all that shit. And they was in Rome somewhere or something like that. And I just remember seeing it and being instantly like, yo, I gotta play this game when I got home. And by the time I was on my way home, they was already promoting God of War 2, which I did actually see the gameplay when I was upstate. There used to be this show on BT called Hot Wired, and they did a segment on God of War 2, and I got to see the gameplay for the first time, and I was just blown away. God of War is one of the first games I bought with my own money after I got out of prison. That's the first game. It's not one of, it is the first game I bought. I went to GameStop and it was I got it used on sale for $17.99 for the PS2. And I was playing it in the halfway house on a 7-inch screen. Y'all already know. Beat it. Amazing. Amazing fucking game. Now, next up on the list, just, God of War 2. God of War 2. Now, to be fair, in the beginning, nigga was kind of a little bit disappointed about God of War 2 when it was on its way out because the PS3 was out. The PS3 was already out when God of War 2 dropped in March of 2007. So I remember thinking like, damn, man, if this shit was on the PS3, this joint would probably be out of this fucking world. Now, it still turned out to be amazing. You know what I'm saying? It still turned out to be amazing. But I remember that bothering me for a little bit. Like, man, this shit supposed to be on the PS3. This shit supposed to be on the PS3. How the fuck is it coming out on the PS2? Why? The PS3 is out. The fuck is this bullshit? But it was cool. Me and my brother, we beat that shit the day it came out. We got it on release day, and we beat it on release day. We ain't waste no time. We stayed in the house all day. You know what I mean? We supposed to be out getting money and all that. We in the house all day playing God of War 2. We went on, as soon as fucking GameStop opened, we was at GameStop. Me and my brother sat there and played that shit all day till we beat it. Amazing. Amazing. That's definitely my top 100. Another game on my top 100, we have the Resident Evil 2 remake. Being a big fan of the original and what they did with the remake, come on, man. Amazing. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit because I could be here all day talking about these motherfucking games, and it seems like I still got a lot to go. So I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit, unless I got a real nice backstory. But because a lot of these games are newer games that we're getting into now. So yeah, Resident Evil 2 remake, that's definitely on my top 100. Another game on my top 100, which was actually a sleeper hit for August 2012, Sleeping Dogs. That is one of my favorite, GTA-esque games. I done beat that game multiple times. The regular version, the definitive version. I done beat this game multiple times on the PC, and I'm itching to play it again. To be honest with you, as soon as there's some downtime, it's definitely gonna be in a rotation to be beaten once again. Sleeping Dogs is another game on my top 100. Next up, we got Batman Arkham Asylum. Top 100. You already know. You know what's crazy about Batman Arkham Asylum is I was home when it came out. This was about a couple weeks before I had got sent back upstate for parole violation. But I was not interested in this game. You know what sold this game for me? It was word of mouth. A lot of people didn't really expect much from Arkham Asylum. I was home when it came out and I did not get it. It wasn't until the word started to spread that it was an amazing Batman game. Because other than that, I was not interested in Arkham Asylum. I wasn't even paying attention to Arkham Asylum. In fact, I didn't even know it was coming. It came out on the day that it came out. It wasn't until I got online and everybody was talking about it, and it was like, what? Oh, I'm getting that. And before I could actually get it, I ended up getting, they came and got me and they sent me back upstate for parole violation. But it was one of the first games I played when I got home in 2010. But it's crazy because this game was not even on my radar at all. And it turned out to be one of the best games that I've ever played. Definitely one of the best superhero games. Arkham Asylum definitely is on my top 100 list. Next up, we got Batman Arkham Knight. I mean, it's Arkham Knight. You know, this is one of the games that made me do a lot of shit. Made me upgrade a graphics card, made me sell my graphics card, all that. When this game came out, I had a 980. The 980 Ti had just released. This is at a time where I was really not a Ti type of dude, if y'all remember. I wasn't a Ti type of dude. So when Ti cards came out, I wasn't interested. Like, I don't give a fuck about no Ti. You know what I'm saying? But the 980 Ti was actually a fucking real beast. You know what I mean? But I didn't really care. I didn't do Ti cards at the time. So I was like, I don't give a fuck about no Ti. And then Arkham Knight came out that same month, and it was completely fucking broken, right? Y'all remember? I'm thinking, oh, if I upgrade my graphics card, maybe I'll be cool. Upgraded my graphics card, and I wasn't cool. It still was not running like it should have been. A lot of people on consoles was capping. Oh, it's better on fucking consoles than PC. Cap. Sold my graphics card, got another PS4. The minute I booted that shit up on PS4, I said, y'all are some motherfucking liars, dog. That shit was all blurry and shit. I was like, man, this shit was better on PC. Even though it had issues, I still would rather play it on PC at that time. I still would have rather played that shit on fucking PC. I was mad as fuck. I said, they got me. I ain't listening to these console niggas again. But now today, it is definitely, it's arguably one of the best superhero games of all time. The story is just fantastic. Arkham Knight's story is fantastic. It's definitely arguably better than City. It is. It's arguably. I'm not mad at you either way you go. Not mad at you either way you go. Me personally, I'm probably going to go City, but Arkham Knight is still look amazing till this day. Great fucking game. Love it. Next up, we got Gears 1. Gears 1, 2, and 3 all make my top 100. Gears 1, 2, and 3 make my top 100. I love Gears 1. I thought it was amazing. The graphics was insane. Like, them graphics at that time was something I never seen before. Funny thing is, I did not like the multiplayer. I thought the multiplayer was hot fucking garbage. I thought it was trash. First of all, I was only 4v4. I'm coming from Rainbow Six Vegas. We got 16 motherfuckers in the lobby. That's what I like. The fuck is this 4v4 bullshit? Hated the multiplayer. It wasn't until Gears 2 where now it started to become a complete package for me, and I just love that motherfucking game. That shit was just so fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until Gears 2. But Gears 1, 2, and 3 definitely on my top 100. Yes, sir. I mean, what more can I say? The story is great. The multiplayer is great. Always love the multiplayer. You know what I mean? I know it's an acquired taste, but fond memories. Fond memories of going to the midnight release for Gears 2, the midnight release for Gears 3. Fond memories, man. Some fond memories, dog. God damn. Gears 1, 2, and 3. Definitely on my top 100. All right, next up, my top 100, we got X-Men Wolverine. Y'all already know. I did a video on this. It's got to be the greatest fucking Wolverine game you will ever play. You know what I mean? You can actually be Wolverine and actually do what you're supposed to do with them goddamn claws. All right? You know, you do what you're really supposed to do with them shits. I already made a video telling y'all need to play it if y'all didn't. The game is fucking great. Blood, gore, and this is why I hope that Insomniac can take it up another level and outdo what they did with X-Men Wolverine. It's crazy because the game is amazing, but the movie is trash. How that work? That's crazy. Usually it's the other way around. But great fucking game. Next up, we got Mortal Kombat 9. Yes, Mortal Kombat 9 felt like, to me, it brought Mortal Kombat back to the glory days. You know what I mean? Deception wasn't bad in the other one. What was the other one? Deception and whatever the other one was. I didn't really have a lot of time with them because I wasn't home. I had a little bit of time with them. They wasn't bad or nothing like that. But I felt like Mortal Kombat 9 really took us back to what made Mortal Kombat great in the first place. Graphics was amazing. Everything about Mortal Kombat 9, in my opinion, was fucking great. Great fatalities, great graphics. I feel like that's the last, as far as aesthetics go, that's definitely the last great looking Mortal Kombat. As far as aesthetics go, you know how they got them now. They got all the women looking like men, covered up like nuns and all that corny shit. That was the last one where it's like, it was just fire. Fire. Next up on my top 100. Now, this may surprise y'all that it ain't in my top 10, because some of y'all probably would have thought this would have been in my top 10, but it ain't. GTA 4. GTA 4 is next up on the top 100. Nope, it is not in my top 10. So don't be surprised. Nope, it ain't. It ain't make it. I'm sorry, it ain't make it. I just played GTA 4 a couple of weeks ago, front to back. You know what I mean? I just played it. I played the Lost in the Dam. I just played the game. And while I still think the game is good, I feel like it does not come close to GTA 5. It just does not. Story-wise, none of that. GTA 4 is great, but 5 is on a whole nother level, dog. It really is. It really is. 4 is still great, but I just recently played it. It's very fresh in my mind. It fell out the top 10. It fell out the top 10, but it's still on my top 100 list for sure. Probably would have been in my top 15 or 20, but fell out of top 10. Next up, we got Mass Effect 2. It's definitely in my top 100. It is not in my top 10, right? It's not in my top 10. I know it's in a lot of people's top 10, but it's not in my top 10 because I feel like, I don't know, the impact I had with Mass Effect 1, I just felt like it was a little better than Mass Effect 2, man. Mass Effect 2 is, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, to me, that's one whole game, man. It's really, I'm not playing none without the other, right? I'm not playing one game over the other. It's just not happening. I see motherfuckers, I'm playing through Mass Effect. They started at 2. Like, how the fuck do you start at 2, dog? Like, this is not the franchise where you skipping. I'm not skipping. Anytime I play Mass Effect over again, I'm always going to start at 1. I can't skip. I got to start at 1. So Mass Effect 2 is definitely in my top 100. Also, Mass Effect 3 is in my top 100. All right? So, yeah, Mass Effect 3, definitely in my top 100. The whole game is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. This may be a game that y'all thought was going to be in my top 10, but it's not. Maybe you thought so, maybe you thought not. Max Payne 3. Didn't make top 10, but it's definitely in my top 100, of course. And it probably would have made top 20. It's a possibility that Max Payne 3 could have made top 20, but y'all already know how I feel about this game. It's one of the most underrated action games in recent memory. Like, sometimes people throw the word unrated around and it's like, yeah, whatever. But I wholeheartedly, like, with every fucking being, like, everything in me, Max Payne 3 is one of the most underrated games I have ever played. Like, dog, I just don't get it. I'm ready to call Scooby-Doo and them. They can solve this mystery. I do not understand how the fuck Max Payne 3 is not, like, considered to be in everybody's, like, greatest action games ever, dog. Everything Rockstar did with that, man. I don't think people understand the technical aspect of Max Payne 3. No canned animations. They're using the Euphoria engine. You know what I mean? Dynamic animation. The way you shoot the gun, the caliber of the gun, the way you, how far you are from the enemy, where you shoot them at, everything plays a role in how the body reacts to a gunshot. Like, it is insane on the amount of detail that they added to that game and they added to the shooting aspect of it. It's better than GTA 5 when it comes to the shooting aspect. Because depending on the distance between you and the enemy, the caliber of the gun, where you shot them, like, everything just plays a part into the physics. It's insane. It's insane. This game is no way. This should not be in everybody's top 10 as far as at least action games. It's unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Definitely underrated. For sure. Definitely underrated. What we got? We got Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 definitely in my top 100 as one of the greatest multiplayer games of all time. In fact, I got Battlefield 3 and 4 in my top 100 as one of the greatest multiplayer games of all time. When it came to playing these games online, the joy was just off the Richter scale. And it has not been able to be captured since. Battlefield 1 came close, and Battlefield 1 came close. While the other games are great, Battlefield 1, I enjoyed. Battlefield 5, I enjoyed. 2042, I enjoyed. I did not like that cop shit. I forget the name of that shit. Hardline. I wasn't a big fan of that. But like Battlefield 1 came close to 3 and 4, but like 5 and 2042, those are good Battlefield games, but they're not amazing like 3 and 4 was. 3 and 4 was just a whole nother level. Definitely in my top 100 as far as representing that multiplayer. Next up, we got Uncharted 2. You probably thought that would be in my top 10. Nope, Uncharted 2 or 3 is not in my top 10. In fact, Uncharted 4 is not in my top 10 either. They all made my top 100, but none of them is in my top 10. None of them is in my top 10. And they could have, 3, 2, they had a chance. It was considered. But no, they did not make my top 10. But they did make my top 100. 2, 3, and 4. Next up, we got South Park Stick of Truth. That's in my top 100 games of all time. That game actually is the only game that game is the first game ever to make me enjoy and actually wouldn't mind trying out another game that was turn-based. I absolutely despise turn-based games, RPGs, up until me playing Stick of Truth. That game opened my eyes where it was like, I'm open to play other turn-based RPGs if they are interesting to me. I'm open. Before Stick of Truth, I was not open. Turn-based, I don't care. I'm not interested. No, I don't care. I'm not trying it. I'm not giving it a shot. I'm not doing nothing. But after playing Stick of Truth, it actually made me think like, you know what? I can definitely fuck with another turn-based game if it's good. I'm definitely open to try another turn-based game if it happens to come up. So Stick of Truth, definitely on my top 100. I love that fucking game, dog. That I had such a good time with that game. I want to play it again. Like I am gonna play it again. Like that's I am gonna I gotta play Fractured Butthole. You know what I mean? I hear it ain't as good as Stick of Truth, but yo, I love fucking Stick of Truth, man. I love it. All right, next up, we got Rainbow Six Vegas. This was the first game that I ever played online. So it is near and dear to my goddamn heart. And it was some of the most, that game had me up for days. Rainbow Six Vegas, the original, had me up for days playing that shit. That's my first online experience. Man, what else can I say? It was amazing. Only thing I wish is that I had a YouTube channel when that game was relevant. Because you wanted to see something. You wanted to see a master at work. I was a fucking master at Vegas. And the craziest thing is when I first started playing it, I used to be a camper. I told y'all, I used to be on my favorite map was Kill House. And I used to hide under the stairs. And I used to put motion sensors at the top of the stairs. And then watch the hallway. So if you came down the hallway, I lean around, brat, you're going down. And if you try to come from upstairs, I got my motion sensors up there. You're going to trip them. I hear them, and I'm ready. I used to just camp under the stairs. And then I got a little bit comfortable within the last 5 minutes of a match, and then I would move around. And then I just got to a point where I was an absolute terror on motherfucking Rainbow Six Vegas. And I used to be known in that community, too. I used to be known as the guy that didn't wear no armor. And I used to wear all pink. And every match, I used to wear all pink because I wanted to stand out. Even females didn't wear all pink when you got in the room with them. I used to wear all pink from my headband to my shirt to my pants, all pink, and just used to murder the fucking lobbies. Crazy. Get in the joint. Oh, here go this guy again with the pink. I was a fucking beast. And I used to be talking hot shit on the mic. That shit used to be so fun, man. I miss that shit, man. Damn. I missed that. Another game I had to remove off of my top 100 was also the Simpsons Arcade. I kind of skipped that. The Simpsons Arcade I had to move that. All right, my next game on my top 100, we almost done. We almost to the top 10. My next game on my top 100 is Rise, Son of Rome. Now, that probably would have been somewhere around in the 90s, maybe 99, 100. Rise, Son of Rome, dog. I don't care how anybody feel about this game. I don't care. I love this fucking game. I have beat this game multiple times on the Xbox One and on PC. I love this game. This game is fucking great. I love it. I never get bored of this game, dog. I don't know why it resonated with me and not the rest of the fucking world. I don't care. I love this game. The story is fucking great. You know what I'm saying? I always have a blast when I'm playing it. It's in my top 100 games of all time, man. Yes. I love it. I'm sorry. I love it. I love this game, man. And I ain't going to explain myself no motherfucker more about the shit. It is what it is. At least I got to have one controversial pick. I love that game, dog. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Next up, hold on. Did this make my top 10? No, this did not. Oh, okay. Hold on. All right, hold on. This made my top 10, so I can't spit that one. All right, next up, we got. Hold on. The fuck? Okay, that made my top 10. All right, next up, we got Marvel's Spider-Man. Marvel Spider-Man made my top 100. It's good. It's great. I love it. It's another game that I done beat so many fucking times. I done lost count. I literally just beat that shit like this year. You know what I'm saying? And I'm playing fucking Miles Morales right now. Miles Morales also made my top 100. When it comes to superhero games, them games are just some of the best. You know, they just some of the fucking best. So Miles Morales and Spider-Man Remastered also made my top 100 games of all time. Another game that made my top 100, you might find it to be a little controversial, whatever. The Order 1886. Another game that, while everybody else hates it or feel how they feel, I love it. And it's another, I can't wait. I hope they bring that motherfucker to PC. But anyway, I love this game, and I done beat this game numerous times, and I'm gonna beat it numerous more times. I wish I would be genuinely hyped if they announced part 2 to this fucking game, dog. I love the Order 1886. That's another controversial pick for y'all. Have at it. I don't care. It's my 100. I love this game, dog. I love it. Great game. Great fucking game. All right, next up, we got Fight Night Champions. The last great boxing game that we've received, and it's legendary. First M-rated EA game. Amazing game. It's still good to this day. I also got that on the emulator, the PS3 emulator. It's still good to this day. Amazing fucking game. I wish EA would make another game, but they want to be hating. Fight Night is a fucking classic. I love it. Love Fight Night. It's boxing. Y'all know what it is. Next up on my list, we got RoboCop versus Terminator for the Genesis. RoboCop versus Terminator for the Genesis. Not the Super Nintendo one, not that garbage one. They had that overweight RoboCop and all that fat ass RoboCop. Not that one. Not that one. RoboCop versus Terminator on the Genesis. This game right here, I remember my homie first got this game. This nigga hunted me down in the projects. He was looking all over for me. He couldn't wait to find me because he knew I was going to be hyped. He hit me. He found me. He was like, yo, I got RoboCop versus Terminator for Genesis. He was like, you remember the first thing he told me? He was like, yo, when you shoot somebody in the window, the blood splatters on the curtain. I said, man, get the fuck out of here. He said, I'm not lying. You shoot somebody in the window and the blood splatter on the curtain. I remember seeing that shit and I was blown away, man. RoboCop. Now, if you don't know, go look up RoboCop vs. Terminator on Super NES. And then go look up RoboCop vs. Terminator on Genesis. Two totally different games, and one of them is straight garbage. Yeah, I'll let you decide. RoboCop vs. Terminator definitely on my top 100 list of all time. Also, we got NBA Live 95. First of all, the name was fucking fire. NBA Live 95. Me and my brother used to play this game for hours, man. We used to sit around and we used to build our teams, and we used to take hours to build our fucking teams to play against each other. It's some of the funnest time I ever had in my motherfucking life. And we used to just have a blast. This is when my brother was living down Frankfurt and shit. We used to just have a blast, yo. We used to just play NBA Live 95 all day. And this was like, they changed it up. It was much different from NBA Showdown 94. They changed up the court, how the speed, everything. They added like a turbo button, whatever. It was, man, listen, it was crazy. Live 95. Good fucking memories, man. Good memories. Damn. Good memories. Next up, top 100 game. This is another racer. It is called Pure. It's a four-wheeler game. This game came out in 2008. And when I tell you this was some of the most fun I ever had online, this was some of the most fun I had online. It was the greatest shit. It was so, oh my God, it was amazing. It was amazing. And this was one of the first games I got to play with the actual devs. I was playing with the devs, whooping their ass. And we was asking them was DLC and all that was going to come. And they was kind of letting us know like they just didn't get the money. Like no updates was coming to the game. What you got is what you get. And it was just sad, man. It was like, damn, for real, man. We love this game, man. Fuck. Pure. Look up Pure. That shit was lit on 360. Banging ass game. Some of the most fun I ever had online, dog. Banging ass game. Next up, we got Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, the game that y'all was all doubting, and I told y'all that shit was gonna be fire. Yes, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Very good game. Love that game, dog. Like that game is very touching at times. Pause. Great story. I like everything about it. I just recently beat it again on PC for the first time, and I'm going to play it again and again. I love it, man. Great game. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's just good. It's a good game. They did excellent job on that game. That's a very, very good game. Deep story too. It's a lot going on with that. I love it. I love it. Next up, we got Transformers: Fall of Cybertron. This game, when I first played this game, I was fanboying out on this game. Like, I was going crazy. I was fanboying out. Like, that shit got Metroplex. Metroplex, nigga. Metroplex. Oh, my God. I was fanboying out. I remember clipping the part where you fight Brute. You play as Bruticus, which is a combiner, a combiner. How do you say it when they come when like Devastator and all them Bruticus, they combine. What they call those shits, man? Fuck. Sometimes my tongue don't be letting me say that word right. Pause. But you know what I mean. You know, the combiners and all that. I remember playing as Bruticus in that game. That game crazy. I went back to play that shit recently, but unfortunately, the textures are so low quality in that game that when you play it in 4K, it looked like the textures never load all the way in. Like, it's fucking horrible, dog. Like, I need a remaster for that motherfucker or something. Like, I need an update for that. That game is so good, yo. So good. Transformers: Fall of Cybertron is definitely on my top 10. Then I have I got Final Fantasy 15 my top 10, my top 100. Transformers top 100. I got Final Fantasy 15 in my top 100. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and I got God of War Ascension to round out my top 100. Well, that's to round out the top 90. That's the top 90 games right there. Now I'm gonna read these super chats, and then we're gonna get into my top 10 games of all time. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't hear certain games by now, you might be able to guess. But that's my top 90 that I read so far. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was an impossible task to try to put them in different places and all that. It was just impossible. I didn't think I would ever be able to fucking do it. I tried. I couldn't do it. It was just impossible. Fuck that shit. So the games I named, you can put them where y'all want. What y'all think about my list so far? We about to get into the top 10 after I read these super chats. What y'all think about my list so far? You know what I'm saying? I know y'all probably feel like Rise is some bullshit and Order 1886 is some bullshit. But is there any other games that you like? No, fuck out of here. That shit should be on there. Of course, you already know. I don't got no Zelda on my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got a lot of other franchises that I didn't play when they was hot and all that shit. So I don't got no Devil May Cry or nothing like that. And that's only because I didn't get to play the original Devil May Cry games yet. You know what I'm saying? I only got to play 4, 5, and the remake. You know what I'm saying? So 1, 2, and 3, I never got to play. So understand that. If it's not on my list, then it's probably not. I didn't play it. I don't got no Splinter Cell games because the first Splinter Cell game I ever played was Conviction. While I love Conviction, I didn't play the go. I mean, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of Splinter Cell fans. They do not like Conviction. Well, Conviction is don't compare to fucking Pandora's Tomorrow and all that shit, right? So I never got to play those games. I am waiting on the remake. Remember, they got that Splinter Cell remake coming out. I'm definitely trying to play that day one. All right. So if it's not on the list, it's probably because I didn't play it. Dino Crisis, none of that shit. Like Metal Gear Solid 2, 3. Oh shit, Metal Gear Solid 4. Wow. You know what? That skip. I missed that. How I missed that? I missed that. Yeah, I did. I missed. Damn, 4 could have definitely been on there. I missed that one. Shit. Okay. Anyway, shout out to Champ for the super chat. Elden Ring, one of the greatest games, is here, right? Absolutely not. It ain't a From Software game in a fucking no. Shout out to XRP Plate Washer for the super chat. He said 8 showed me the list earlier. Zelda Breath of the Wild is number 1. No cat. Ouch. No kizzy. I got no Need for Speed games. I got some races on there, but no Need for Speed games. Shout out to Big Ox 666. He said, XRP Plate Washer, you have a bad taste of a Zelda game. Like I said, only 100 games can fit. Oh, man, it's while I like a lot of games, like the Burnout games and shit, some of the Need for Speed, oh, man, it just didn't make it. Shout out to Undenied Real. He said, who should break this top 100 list into parts and do 20 games each video? Oh, man. It's still, it's all good. It's all good. Shout out to Yobu 1245. He said, here for that gaming talk and positivity. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Hit the like button, people, if you don't mind. I appreciate that. Shout out to Nightfall for the super chat. He said, I had to work OT, but still got to show support. Appreciate that. Yeah. Good looking, homie. Shout out to K Philly for the super chat. He said, after some lackluster recent years of gaming, it's great to hear you speak about and get excited about 100 games you love. Thanks for the content and hard work you put in to make this list. Appreciate that, dog. Appreciate that. Shout out to Kenj playing War Thunder while listening. Yeah, why you ain't playing that Zelda, player? Yeah, I know. Shout out to Biz the Kid for the super chat. He said, I was 8 years old playing that John. I was on that Nintendo hotline trying to get them 120 stars just to see Yoshi at the end. LOL. Yeah, that shit it definitely was difficult getting them 120. That shit was difficult. Shout out to Nightfall. He said, did Fake Kratos game make your list? No, absolutely not. Nope. Nope. No God of Wars. No new God. None of that. None of the God of Wars with the fake Kratos. Shout out to Biz the Kid Gaming. He said, not gonna lie, I didn't know Max Payne existed until seeing that gameplay in your old videos. I was like, what the hell is this? It looks amazing. Oh man, you definitely gotta play that. You gotta play that. Shout out to Fox Unit, Gray Fox for the super chat. He said, damn, camping 8 times. Oh, I was a camper on Vegas. I didn't know what to do. I was overwhelmed. I didn't know. Man, listen, that was my first online game. I was red out that motherfucker. I didn't know what to do. Shout out to Alex G. He said back-to-back streams. Hard 8 doing God's work. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're going to finish the month strong. Shout out to Hood Out 16. He said The Last of Us 2 didn't make top 100. Ouch! I'm surprised. No, don't be surprised. You already know how I feel about The Last of Us. I think the game without the story is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I think the technical leap and the graphics, the gunplay, the gore, all that shit is amazing. But that story, it ain't do it for me, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I just that whole revenge shit, I just think it was a lazy story. And they tried to just use the shock value to get the game over the hump. I think they should have thought about a better, more clever story. And yeah, nah. Mm-mm. All right, Biz the Kid Gaming, no Def Jam, Fight for New York. Very underrated game. If you ain't play it, sad a game like that will never happen again. Now, I played them games, but I ain't put enough time in them for them to really grab a spot. But I definitely played them. Shout out to Golf Styles. He said, "What up, 8? What up, chat? Hit that like button." Yeah, hit that like button if you don't mind, man. Hit that like button. All right, we're going into the top 10, people. You know what I'm saying? Now, I kind of wanted my top 10 to represent different genres. All right. So that's why the top 10 is the way it was. That was my thought process going into it when I did come up with this top 10. I was like, I kind of want to try to get some of my all-time favorite games from each genre. You know what I'm saying? Sports, you know what I mean? Action, adventure, shit like that. You know what I mean? That's what I was aiming to do. So this top 10 may be a little different than a top 10 that you may be used to seeing. All right. So here we go. Shout out to Day Streams. He said, fire stream. Just wish you showed the games in the background. Oh, man. I mean, shit. Man, that shit would have took 100 years to gather footage for all those games. Damn, that shit would have took forever. That'd have took forever. Maybe if I had a fucking editor or something that could have did that shit, that'd have been lit, but that'd have took forever. Shout out to Keltrick Pickens. What's good, bro? Great list so far. Would you be interested in top 100 lists for movies, TV shows, and albums? That would be a lot of fun as well. Man, listen, I need a break after this shit. All the stress that I went through trying to come up with this goddamn shit, I don't even want to think about another fucking top 100 list. I'm going to keep it real. This shit is nerve-wracking. And I ain't even 100% happy with what I got. You know what I'm saying? This shit is nerve-wracking. Fuck that. I ain't doing it again. I need a break. All right. We're going to start at number 10. My number 10 game of all time is L.A. Noire. Yes, L.A. Noire is a game that I feel like was made for me, dog. It was made for an adult. That shit was not made in no way, shape, form, or fashion for a fucking kid at all. That was made for a grown, mature adult. It's one of my favorite games of all time, yo. I never get tired of this game. I never get bored of this game. This game is fucking great, yo. I mean, they captured the time. They captured that era so good. I love L.A. Noire. That is definitely top 10 games for me of all time. The game is fucking amazing. It is. It's a great game. I can't get enough of it. I love it. That game was made for me, yo. That shit was made for a person. It ain't not a thought of a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when they make games like Call of Duty, they know kids gonna be on that shit. They know when they made L.A. Noire, they was like, yo, this gonna be strictly for fucking grown-ups. Kids ain't even gonna want to play this shit. You feel me? L.A. Noire, number 10. All right. All right. Number 9, we got Batman Arkham City. Now this could have been interchangeable with Arkham City or Arkham Knight, but I ended up going with Arkham City at the end of the day because it launched without no issues and shit like that. And it's Arkham City, man. It's a great fucking game. It was better than Asylum in every way, in my opinion. I loved it. The shit was fire. So Batman Arkham City, definitely in my top 10 games of all time. And it's one of the best superhero games of all time. Easy. All right. Number 8 is going to be God of War 3. God of War 3. The last amazing God of War game. The last amazing God of War game. The last game where we got, the real Kratos. You know what I'm saying? This game right here is just something that when I played it for the first time, I felt like every moment of the way, I was just blown away. I was blown away. The way the story ended, the graphics, the gameplay, the sound, everything about this game. This is like a perfect fucking God of War game, yo. Like it was just amazing. It's amazing. And the God of War trilogy is one of them games where I feel like they all are one game. I feel like one can't exist without the other. I feel like one cannot exist without the other. But if I had to choose, God of War 3 is definitely like some of the best fucking hack and slash I've ever played. Straight phenomenal. Straight phenomenal. Number 7, Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2, which is a game that I actually was just playing yesterday. I was playing that shit for a minute yesterday. Remember, I told you I wanted to represent different genres in my top 10. And when it comes to fighting games, Mortal Kombat 2 is the creme de la creme. You know what I mean? That's at the top of the fucking hill. This game, I remember me and my homie, we traveled miles on foot to play this game. We heard that this game was at a card store. It was a store. It was a store called Solid Gold in Philly, and they sold cards. Just the store we used to go to get, upper deck cards and all that. Baseball, basketball, football. I think they sold comic books and all that shit. So this was the store we used to go and get that type of shit when we was young bulls. And we had heard that they had Mortal Kombat 2. They had got that shit early. They was like the only place that we heard of that had Mortal Kombat 2. The arcades we was going to did not have Mortal Kombat 2. The bowling alley we used to go to that used to get games kind of, early, they didn't have it either. We had heard that they had Mortal Kombat 2. We didn't even know if it was true, but we walked at least, how long? It was about an hour and a half walk as some kids. You know what I'm saying? About an hour and a half walk to go play this fucking game. And when we got there, it was real and it was crowded as fuck, dog. The first fatality I ever seen on Mortal Kombat 2 was Melina, where she stabbed you up with the size and it sounded like a fucking machine gun. That was the first joint that I seen. But that day, I got to see Reptile fatality. Because remember, Reptile was a secret character in part 1. So now to see him as a playable character along with Shang Tsung, oh my God, it was all worth it. That walk was worth every bit of it. And we kids, you take smaller steps. So that hour and a half was long, but I swear it was so worth it, dog. To see Mortal Kombat for the first time, Mortal Kombat 2, this is my all-time favorite fighting game. Mortal Kombat, nothing beats Mortal Kombat 2, yo. That game is so fucking good, and it's still good till this day. Next up at number 6, we got The Witcher 3. Here's a game that I didn't even like when I first played it. I remember playing that shit and thinking, man, this shit is trash. Like, yo, all this fucking talking and blah, blah, blah. I did not like it. I didn't like it. But as the game was going on, it grew on me real quick. It grew on me real quick to where it got to the point where I was like, yo, this shit is fire. And as much as I have played that game, as many times as I had played that game, I still have not seen everything that game has to offer, which is why I'm playing through it again right now. You know what I mean? It's in the rotation. It's in the rotation. Then they came out with Heart of Stone, Blood of Wine, excellent expansions. Like Witcher 3 is the full game. This is what I was trying to tell, Jack Move before shit went left when he was saying he was depressed and no games to play, all that fly shit. I was like, yo, go back to Witcher 3, dog. This game is going to keep you busy. This game is so much content in the main game. Then there's so much more content in the expansions with Heart of Stone and Blood and Wine. If you are bored right now and you never gave Witcher 3 a chance, that is a game you should definitely give a chance. Just go into it with an open mind, and I promise you won't be disappointed. Just give it a chance. All right. Next up at number 5, we got Red Dead Redemption 2. All right. Red Dead Redemption 2 is in. Oh, man. I mean, I really feel like Red Dead 2 to me is one of them games where when a person say they don't like it, I just can't take them serious. Especially when a person like a game especially when you like a kiddie ass game like fucking Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom. I don't give a fuck what you can build out of fucking blocks that's made out of 8 polygons. I don't give a fuck what you can do. Like, it's one of them games where I just really can't take you serious. I just can't, dog. Red Dead 2 is another game that gives me that same type of feeling with LA Noire. Like, this game is for a mature adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, this game is for an adult that just happens to play a game. This shit ain't for like a little wimpy ass gamer or some shit. Like, I don't know. This shit is not. This is for somebody that got motherfucking responsibilities or something, man. Like, I just cannot take you serious if you say you don't like Red Dead. Like, I cannot get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. It's my opinion. I can't take you serious. Shut up. Get out my face. I don't want to hear it. Like, this game, like, it's so much lore. The story is so engaging. It is deep, dog. It's some deep shit going on in this game, man. Red Dead is fantastic. Now, I'm not a fan of it being a sequel, but still, a prequel, excuse me. As a part 2, no, right? I don't really, you know what I mean? But as just a game on its own, man, that game, it's amazing. I want to play that shit right now, dog. I mean, the world, the horse, the graphics, everything about this game is just top notch. How do you not like this shit? How can you sit around here and say you like a game like fucking Hi-Fi Rush? Like, it's one of, like, yo, saying you don't like Red Dead, you need to say you don't like I can't take you serious. I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't. Especially when people start naming games that they do like, I can't take you serious. Get out of my face. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. It's great. All right. Number 4. Again, I told y'all I wanted to represent different genres in my top 10. Number 4. This is the greatest platformer ever to me. When it comes to great platformers, this is at the top. All right? Ain't nothing better to me. Remember, this is my motherfucking top 100, not yours. But I don't really think I should get a lot of pushback for this. Super Mario World for the SNES. Greatest platformer in mankind. And I don't care what nobody say. This is a game that I used to get excited to play. This is a game where we be outside during the summer or some shit like that on the weekend. And I see my cousin and I'll be like, yo, we're going to play some Super Mario World tonight. We're going to try to get all the stages. And he'd be like, yeah, he was my older cousin. I'd be happy as shit. Like, I couldn't wait till we go in the house for the night and we get on some motherfucking Super Mario World. and just try to find as many stages as possible. Like Super Mario World is just on a whole nother level, dog. Like when it comes to platforming, it is the best. Now, I won't argue if you think another platformer is good. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I wouldn't argue with that. It's I would say it's arguable. For me, it's the best. But I understand if somebody feel like something else is better, right? But for me, Super Mario World is fucking damn near perfect, yo. Like it is fantastic. And I still play it to this day. I played Super Mario World this year. Like, oh man, I can't stop talking. It's just, man, Super Mario World, dog, fire. The best Mario game ever made, in my opinion. Like when that shit came out, man, oh my God, crazy. I didn't think Mario 3 could be outdone. Mario World definitely outdid 3, in my opinion. But 3 is still one of my top 100s. All right, number three, Mass Effect. Mass Effect, absolutely. Mass Effect is my number 3 game of all time, dog. That game, when I first played that game, what was that, 2021 or was it 22? When I first played through the definitive edition, I remember like, oh man, that game, man. I was so hyped to just play through the whole trilogy. I was so excited. You know, this is the game, one of them games that I talked to myself a lot while I was playing it, like trying to figure out shit with the Reapers. I mean, just making little comments to yourself, like, damn, I wonder this or I wonder that. Or like, I just remember just playing this game and just thinking, like, yo, man, like this shit is, I can't believe it took me this long to play this fucking game. You know what I'm saying? I love Mass Effect 1. When I first had that conversation with Sovereign and heard his voice and the way he was talking, I was geeked the fuck out, yo. I was just like, yo, what? This shit is crazy. Like, how? Like, I just was thinking to myself, like, how can we possibly win? Like, how? How the fuck are we going to do this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? How is this shit going to happen? Like, I just couldn't wait to get to 2, 3, and then I just played through it again this year, and I want to play through it again now. Like, Mass Effect, man, that is one of the greatest trilogies of all time, dog. Like, that trilogy, man, it was so good that after I beat the trilogy, I was like, yo, remember, I got on Twitter. I'm like, yo, is there anything else like Mass Effect? Please, is there anything else like Mass Effect? I want to play more games like this. Like your decisions matter from game to game. Like if somebody died, they are out for the rest of the game. But if they live, they can be through the rest of the game. Like what? Like your decisions actually matter, dog. They actually got different outcomes. Like, yo, I was like, yo, I gotta play. What else is like this? Is there anything else like this? And sadly, no. I can only imagine how I would have been playing this as they were coming out. Beating Mass Effect 1 and then waiting for 2. Beating 2 and then waiting for 3. 2 years, however many years in between. Oh my God. Man, Mass Effect is that trilogy. That's the greatest trilogy I ever played, yo. I got a lot of trilogies that I like, the Uncharted trilogies, Batman, and shit like that. Gears, yes, they are all great, but Mass Effect is a master. Like, oh my God, it's crazy. Masterpiece. Easy masterpiece. I fucking love that game, man. I love that trilogy. I love it. That trilogy is, oh my God, it's so great. So great. So great. For real, Mass Effect should have probably been up. Mass Effect probably could be a step higher. One place higher. Matter of fact, Mass Effect could be number 1. That could actually be number 1, man. as the trilogy as a whole could be number one. So that was some of the most. Oh man, that was some of the most. That shit was great. That shit was great. But as a single game, it's cool where it's at. My number two game is The Last of Us. Last of Us is number two. Man, what can I say about The Last of Us 2? This is one of the greatest games I've ever played. You know what I'm saying? I just recently beat it on PC. I just beat Left Behind in the past week. Last of Us is that game, again, another game that never gets old. Another game that I could just play and play and play, and it's good every time. It's good every time. I think it was just done. I think the way it was put together was just like, it's a masterpiece, yo. Traveling across the fucking country, going through different seasons and all that, different areas, different back. Everything about this game is fucking great. It's great. And it's the reason why I was so hard on the TV show. Because the TV show just cannot compare. In no way, shape, form, or fashion, the TV show it can't compare, yo. It cannot fucking compare, man. It's another level. Last of Us is awesome. Awesome. And you know, as much as I don't like 2, I don't like the story in 2. I like 2, but I think the story is like, it's lazy, dog. It's fucking lazy. So I definitely want to see part 3. And the reason why I want to see part 3 so bad, because I definitely want to see where they take it technically when it comes to the PS5, if it comes out on the PS5. But I also want to see where the story is going to go this time. Okay, you took the easy route already, doing the revenge story. You know, you took the easy route. Now you're going to have to think. Now y'all going to have to bump your heads and come up with a fucking compelling story. So I definitely want to see, if they come out with part 3, I want to see where this is going. I definitely want to see where this is going. But Last of Us Part 1, it's classic. Classic. I can never get tired of that. And y'all know y'all already guessed my number one. Y'all already guessed my number one, GTA 5. Sorry. Or no surprise there, right? GTA 5. Woo! I mean, god damn. When this game was rolling out, like when it was on the way, man, listen, dog. Oh, man. GTA fucking 5. This is another game, even worse than Red Dead, that when people say they don't like it, I just really think you just like a cupcake or something, man. Like you are like a cupcake and you just soft. Go play some fucking Finding Nemo or something. Go play some Splatoon. Go play some Zelda. Or go play some kitty shit. Like, get your nut ass out of it. Like, I cannot, for the life of me, understand somebody that don't like GTA 5. Like, are you crazy? Like, are you really a fucking gamer? Like, seriously, are you really a gamer? The shit is a fucking masterpiece, dog. Them 3 characters, they got realistic stories. You know what I mean? The missions, everything that's going on. Come on now. Come on now. GTA 5 is the best open world that we got. GTA 5, fucking Elden Ring, fucking Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Come on, man. All that grass and trees and rocks, fuck out of here. That shit cannot compare to fucking GTA 5 open world. That shit is like a living, breathing city. Like, I swear to God, I feel like I'm from Los Santos, yo. Like, I don't need a map in Los Santos. Tell me where to go and I know how to get there. When I play GTA 5, I feel like I really live there, dog. Like, I live in Los Santos. Like, yo, like that game be having me so immersed. Like, I'll live there because that's the way the fucking city, it thrives. It's alive. You walk down the street, People are having real conversations. You know what I'm saying? You see motherfuckers committing crimes, getting chased by cops, people talking on the phone, having some real conversations, dog. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get how anybody can play that and be like, I don't like this story. What is it that you don't like? It's pulled off masterful. You know what I'm saying? And it's way better than GTA 4. You play, like, listen, I love GTA 4, but I just played it recently, and I'm into it. I'm listening, I'm paying attention, I'm into it, right? GTA 4, it'd be a lot of shit that would never fucking happen, dog. And I mean, like, people trusting you and all that. You're nothing but a glorified fucking hitman, if we being honest. People just don't know you, never met you, don't know where the fuck you come from, but they just trusting you with vital information that would never fucking happen. Like, it's like, come on, get the fuck out of here. At least when it came to GTA 5, Franklin actually, they made, the mission where Franklin had to prove himself. You know what I mean? Hey, he showed her, hey, man, I'm here for that drink. Michael ain't just jump out the window with that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But then fucking Jimmy calls. He's in the back of the boat. Fucking Franklin put his life on the line, which made Michael comfortable. Damn, this dude just risked his life for me and my family, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to give him a shot. Like, he had to earn his way into that motherfucking circle. If that was GTA 4, none of that would have happened. Michael would have just started telling them all his fucking business. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, GTA 5 is my number one favorite game of all time. That is I never, ever get tired of playing that game, dog. I put that game on and I'm on it for hours. Even if I ain't doing a fucking mission, I'm driving around starting havoc with the fucking cops, seeing if I can outrun them, doing this, doing that, all types of shit. The world is living and breathing. You got a fucking army base. You know what I'm saying? The attention to detail is some of the most in-depth attention to detail you have ever seen in a fucking video game. You have ever seen in a video game. It's another game where when you say you don't like it, I really don't got anything else. I really don't want to hear nothing else you got to say. And I really do try to respect people's opinion on shit. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like when people tell me they don't like GTA 5, they don't never make sense when it's like, why? Like, you don't make sense when you tell me why. Like, it ain't adding up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just some shit that you're trying to squeeze out. It's like a fucking piece of shit stuck in your ass, pause, that you're trying to squeeze out, and you're trying to make it work. And it's like, dog, no, shut up. Especially when people tell you the games that they do like. And they be like, you like that, but you don't like GTA. What? Now, I know everybody got their own opinion, and I've tried to be respectable of other people's opinion, but it's just a few games out there where I just cannot take you serious if you say you don't like it. It's just a few. It's not every game. Some games I like, you say you don't like, and I get it. I understand why you don't like Rise, Son of Rome. I understand why you don't like the Order 1886. I get it. But some games I really don't get. I just don't get it. GTA, top 100 games of all time. Yeah, there's my list. I know I'm probably missing a lot of shit, but like I said, I don't think people realize how hard it is to actually come up with a fucking top 100 list, especially when you've been gaming as long as me. And I'm talking about not just coming up with the games, but actually putting them in a numbered slot. Again, where the fuck would I put what would be number 43? What would be number 67? What would be number 28? Like, I just could not place the fucking games, dog. I just couldn't fucking do it, which is why I just said, here's my top 100 picks, and here goes my top 10. Some games can fall wherever they may. You know what I'm saying? But the top 10 is where it's at. And I wanted to be more diverse in my top 10. I wanted to just pick some of my favorite genres in my top 10. That's why I got my favorite platformer, my favorite fighter, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And I was supposed to put a sports game in that top 10, but I guess it slipped my mind. So I'm all done. Now I'm gonna talk to the people. Let me know what y'all think about my list. Let me read these super chats real quick. Shout out to Don Coyote. He said, ever played Super Tux Kart? It's like Mario Kart 64, but free on PC with hundreds of downloadable tracks, cars, characters, etc. Nostalgia feeling for real, for real. Excuse me. No, I never played that. I never even heard that one. I'll definitely look it up. Is it online? Like, is people playing it? I'll definitely look it up. Shout out to Fox Unit, Gray Fox. He said, firstly, shout out to me. Hard 8 was actually going to skip me a Mass Effect 1 and go straight to Mass Effect 2 if it wasn't for my comment. Secondly, Witcher 3 or Mass Effect Trilogy. What you picking? 8? Oh, man, Mass Effect Trilogy. All day. Mass Effect Trilogy. Now, when we get the Witcher 1 remake, still it's Mass Effect. It's still Mass Effect. Ain't nothing beating that. Ain't nothing beating that. Shout out to Peyton for the super chat. He said, J Empire is a martial arts version of Mass Effect. That's a little older. It's on Steam. Okay, but do it got controller support? Because I know that shit kind of old. I'm going to check it out. I'll check that out. I'll definitely check it out. Shout out to Business Kid Gaming. Did you ever play The Force Unleashed? It's low-key OG God of War and Star Wars universe. I played a little bit of the demo. I actually do own, I think I own both of those games on Steam. I haven't got around to them yet. You know what I mean? But I do believe that I own both of those I think I own both of them Star Wars games on Steam. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't get to them yet. I do plan on getting to them. You know what I'm saying? Eventually. Also, we got another one from Biz the Kid Game. He said, that's facts. I can't give legit directions like I actually live in Los Santos. Turn right at the burger shop. If you see a Binko, you're going too far. All right. So there's my list. What do y'all think, man? Anything that you want to call out or, anything, let me know. How do y'all think my list was? First of all, do y'all think it was was it a legit list? You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure, a lot of y'all lists would have probably been different. I understand we all different, but what do y'all think about my list? Is it legit or is it some trash? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. What y'all think? Red Dead is better than 5. I don't know about that. I can't put a Western over Common Day. I mean, Red Dead is great also. Shout out to Dizzy. He said Mass Effect higher than Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is a masterpiece. Gameplay, voice acting, all 10 out of 10. Absolutely. Yes, for sure. Yes, Red Dead 2 is definitely a masterpiece, but so is Mass Effect. You see? You know what I mean? Like most of my top 10 is masterpieces. You know what I mean? They all masterpieces, So that, you're right. It definitely is. It definitely is. Shout out to Golf Styles. He said Last of Us at number 2 and GTA 5 at number 1. 2013 was a good year for you, huh? LOL. Oh, yeah. For sure. Great list. So y'all feeling the list? The list was low-key trash? What? Okay, what was trash? What? I mean, I think I got a good list, man. I think I got some bangers on there. But okay, cool. Yes, I did have Contra. Yes, Contra is on my top 100. Yes, Contra is definitely on my top 100. Shout out to Blue Jay. Say shout out to y'all who are here for gaming. Yes, shout out to them. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Let's talk about these games. Burnout 3 Takedown, best racing game. Burnout 3 Takedown. I actually own that on Xbox. That is definitely a good game. Mario Kart is the GOAT for sure. But I don't know if Burnout better than like Daytona USA or some of those. I don't know, man. San Francisco Rush. I don't where's Life of a Tiger. No Chrono Trigger, man. I wasn't an RPG dude. My homie was though. My homie, he loved Chrono Trigger. You know what I'm saying? So growing up, I had a bunch of homies growing up that all, we all grew up in the projects together, but I only had one other homie that was a hardcore gamer. We still homies to this day. We've been homies over 30 years. He's the only one that was a hardcore gamer right along with me. But I would almost say he was more hardcore because he played all of those RPGs. He used to love them. He tried his hardest to get me into them. but I never could get down with it. So he used to tell me about Chrono Trigger. He used to tell me about Secret of Evermore. He used to tell me about Beyond Oasis. He used to tell me about Ogre Battle. He used to tell me about all them shits. I just could never, you know what I mean? Then when I would go to his house and he'd be playing them Jones, I'd be like, man, come on, man, turn that shit off. Let's play something else. So he used to tell me them shits was amazing, but I just could never get jiggy with them Jones at that time. You know what I'm saying? At that time, my mind frame just wasn't on it. You know what I'm saying? But I do, you know, respect them as the OG, you know, top joints. 50 Cent Bulletproof better than Sleeping Dogs? Whoa, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Where's Lethal Enforcers? Oh man. You know, Lethal Enforcers was the shit, man. Like part 1, I hated. What part 2 was when they went to the Western shit, right? Lethal Enforcers was the shit too. That was another game that I used to get hyped about, because if you don't remember, on Lethal Enforcers, when you was on the car level, you could shoot the gas tanks and that shit would catch on fire. Like that was like the first time you could ever do shit like that in gaming too. Lethal Enforcers definitely the shit, dog. If I had a top 500, Lethal Enforcers would definitely be in there. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the shit. Facts. Shout out to Champ. He said no Halo 2. Nah, no Halo 2 in the top 100, but Halo 2 would have definitely been in the top, you know, maybe top 200 or 300. But no, Halo 2 would have definitely, it's definitely one of my, is a great game of mine, a favorite game of mine, for sure. I really enjoy Halo 2. That shit was lit. But nah, didn't make the top 100. It's definitely hard to put a number on these motherfucking games, dog, for sure. Shout out to Skull Records for the super chat. He said, what about Red Faction 1 Hard 8? Probably the best first-person story destruction game from the PS2 generation. I never played it. You got to remember, I missed that. You got to remember, I might not have a lot of games from the PS2 era because I missed that era. You know what I mean? I only got to play a couple of games at the end when I got home. You know, I got to play, you know, like Resident Evil 4 and, you know, Dragon Ball Z, Tenkaichi 3 or Budokai 3 or whatever, and some of the Matrix games. Vice City, San Andreas, and then a couple other games my nephew had, but God of War 1 and 2. But I didn't really get to experience that full generation, so that's why I don't got no Dreamcast games or none of that shit. I missed all that. No Maximum Carnage. Maximum Carnage. That's the shit, dog. Maximum Carnage, the shit. Separation anxiety. That's the shit. So if you play Maximum Carnage, you probably should be aware of separation anxiety. No Zelda. Hell no. Hell no. No Zelda, man. I don't know. I do want to play some of them old Zelda games, man. I do want to play like Ocarina of Time, or I do want to play some of the old styles Zelda games just to see, you know, if they really as good as people make them out to be. I definitely do. Did you put NBA Street or NFL Street? Nah, they didn't make it. So I had 150 games, right? I had 52 games, but I had to eliminate 52 games. NBA Street did make the initial cut. NBA Street Volume 2, it did make the initial cut, but as I was doing my process of elimination, NBA Street didn't make the secondary cut. So it was on my list for a potential top 100, but at the end of the day, it didn't make it. Max Payne 1, absolutely not. Not 1 or 2. Ocarina of Time has a 60 frame port. Where? On Steam? Or like, where that's at? Or I got to get the emulator. I'll try that shit out. No Detroit Becomes Human? Nah, not in the top 100. I like the game, though. I like the game. No, man, I never got to really play Manhunt. I own Manhunt on PC. I do own the game, but it's not controller supported, so I just never really played it. I do own the game, though. GoldenEye, absolutely not. I was just playing GoldenEye on Xbox. That shit trash. I ain't gonna hold you. GoldenEye from the 64, that shit aged like milk. That shit is garbage. I did not. I downloaded it. I'm like, no, this ain't it. This ain't 1996. That joint, that 97, that shit aged like milk. That shit did not. I had the Punisher. I had the Punisher on Genesis. That was a good joint too. It didn't make my top 100 though. That's a good game though. Dog, I've been gaming since 1985. Right? Y'all understand this? I've been gaming since the NES in 85. I think it was 86. What is 86? 80. Well, I know I was on the NES before we got our own. So I want to say it was like 85. I've been gaming since 85, dog. And I'm trying to put together 100 games. Come on, you understand my pain? You understand what I'm going through here? Everything ain't gonna make it. It's a lot of shit that's gonna get, they ain't gonna make it. And a lot of games that I love, but just a lot of games ain't make it, dog. It's too many, man. I try. Okay, so I never played. I did play Half-Life on the orange box. I didn't give it a chance at the time. I thought it was garbage. No, I didn't give it a chance. See, all right. So when I first came home in 06, right, and I got online, that's the only thing I really wanted to do at that time. You know, it's funny because it's like the opposite now. But when I first came home in 06 and I discovered online gaming for the first time, that shit was the best shit since sliced bread. And that's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was play online games. I did not really want to play single player games unless it was co-op and I was playing with my homie. Other than that, I really didn't want to play single player games. So at that time, when shit like the Orange Box came out and all that shit, I didn't want to play no Half-Life. It was single player. I want to be on multiplayer. Nowadays, it's the total opposite. I'm looking forward to single player first, and I'd rather play single player now than I'd rather play multiplayer. It's the complete 180. Complete 180. So a lot of games that came out back then that were single player, I really kind of just wrote them off. I was all about that motherfucking multiplayer. That's all I wanted to play. Once I discovered that shit was amazing. Shout out to Dante 61680. He said, I'm one of those weirdos that 8 says didn't play Red Dead Redemption, but currently playing Zelda. LOL. Good list. Oh man. I mean, you ain't say you didn't like it, you just say you ain't play it yet. So, you know, play that motherfucker, and you know, you definitely gotta play it. You definitely gotta play it. What happened to E-SWAT? Oh shit. Damn, nigga went way back. I got that shit too. You know, I got that shit on Steam in the Sega Genesis collection. E-SWAT. Damn, that nigga went way back on that E-SWAT, huh? That ain't no top 100 though, but that's a motherfucking classic. You heard? Yeah. E-SWAT is a motherfucking classic. I think I had a good list. I didn't have Siege on the list. Siege ain't make it. Vegas made it, but not Siege. Shout out to Biz the Kid Gamer for the super chat. He said, out of all the Zeldas, you probably appreciate Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. Those have a more serious tone. Well, that's what I want, nigga. I want the serious tone. Hold on. I got a little cold. I'm a little under the weather. A little slight little nasal congestion. Nothing major, but that's about it. No Guitar Hero, and I never got into those. No Call of Duties. Oh, just Google the Ocarina of Time and then you download it. Okay, I got you. I got you. I'm gonna look at the gameplay first, cause I want to I want to play one as recent as possible. Like I want to play what was the Zelda right before Breath of the Wild? Was that Skyward Sword and shit? Because I know them old Zeldas probably ain't got no type of voice acting at all. Was Skyward Sword good? You said Skyward Sword on the Switch, huh? Okay, I can definitely get that. How was Skyward Sword? Was that a good Zelda? Skyward Sword is the worst I heard. Yeah, I heard people ain't like the motion controls. Oh shit, I would have to play with motion controls. Oh no. Wind Waker HD. Yeah, I got to think about it. I do want to play an old Zelda game just to see. You know, like listen. regardless of how I talk about shit, I always give things an opportunity and shit. I always give games an opportunity to impress me. If it's a game that everybody's saying is fire and I never played it, I'll give it a shot. I ain't just gonna write it off, But I definitely want to play one of the old school because I know it seems like the real Zelda fans, they not like they like Breath of the Wild, they like Tears of the Kingdom, but they really feel like those are not Zelda games. So I want to play what the fuck people consider an actual Zelda game if it ain't Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they got updated controls for Skyward Sword? Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, no crisis on my top 100. So y'all think overall y'all think my top 100 was good? It was pretty good. You know what I mean? I guess if you know Hard 8, right? I guess my top 100 ain't really too far off. And unless you ain't know how I felt about like some of them old school games and shit like that. But I don't think too many people is thrown off by my top 100 if you know who the fuck I am. I felt like I did it. I felt like I definitely did a good job at least picking the games. I just felt like I just didn't know how to place them. That shit was driving me fucking crazy. Y'all don't know how many times I started over trying to place these games. The farthest I got was 20. I got the 23. I got the 23, and I was like, yo, I just can't do it. I was like, this shit is not making no sense. I can't fucking do it. I can't fucking do it. But I'm good. This was fun though. I ain't gonna lie, this was a lot of fun, man. I really enjoyed talking to y'all about this top 100 shit. You know what I mean? After seeing every other publication and what they got going on and all that. I know Blandrew was working on his top 100, so I definitely want to see how much. I'm quite sure his top 100 is going to be completely different from my top 100. So I definitely, if Blandrew finishes his top 100 and he actually make a video, I definitely want to see that because I know his top 100 is going to be like fucking completely different from mine. So I definitely want to see other people top 100s to see how they come up. Nah, no Far Cry 3, dog. I don't like that shit. It took me 2-3 years to beat Far Cry 3. Yeah, it took about 2-3 years to beat Far Cry 3, dog. I don't fuck with that joint. That joint, I felt like that game was boring as hell. I was not feeling that game like that. It took me 2 to 3 years to beat that game. For real. Shout out to Golf Styles. He said the list was good, diverse, and thoughtful. I think Red Dead 2 has a better open world than GTA 5, but I like modern settings better. See, I do like modern settings better. But Red Dead 2 is I think Red Dead 2 open world can't really be compared to like GTA. I feel like that open world can be more compared to Elden Ring and Zelda and shit like that. Other open worlds that got a bunch of fucking grass and trees and mountain tops and all that type of shit. But I mean, Red Dead does feel like a lived-in world from the 1900s, right? So it's definitely great. But that GTA, that shit just it just hit different. It hits different. I didn't. All right, so I did have Fight Night. I did have Fight Night in my top 100. I had Fight Night Champions in my top 100. I did not have any Tony Hawk games because I never played them. I never played Tony Hawk games or the SSX games. I never played none of those games. I wasn't around during the PS2 era. I was in jail. Remember, I was in prison during the PS2 era. When I came home in 2006, I only got to play a handful of PS2 games. And then it was time to move on for the 360 and all that shit, right? So I missed that whole generation. So you're gonna understand. I know it's a lot of bangers that was in the PS2 era in the Xbox, but I didn't get to play them. I missed them. Jones, man. No, Red Dead 2 had bodies decomposing. Yo, that's fire, dog. Listen, the open world is definitely fire. I ain't knocking none of that. That shit is definitely Red Dead 2 is a masterpiece. The single player, not the multiplayer. Not the multiplayer. Kingdom Come Deliverance. I never played that. Kingdom Hearts. I never played the Kingdom. I asked y'all about the Kingdom Hearts game. Y'all niggas told me don't do it. I wanted to get a Kingdom Hearts game to try. Y'all told me not to do it, so I ain't fuck with it. I definitely wanted to get a Kingdom Hearts games a shot. Y'all was like, no, don't do it. I was like, all right. Blandrew Top 100 gonna be 50 Pokemon game. Oh man. Oh, not Gex. Gex. Kingdom Hearts is good. Niggas told me to stay away from Kingdom Hearts. They got that shit on PC, right? I don't know, man. What, that shit ain't on Steam, right? That shit on the Epic Games Store, man. Oh man, damn! If it was on Steam, man, I might have to get that joint a shot, man, because I could do a refund on that shit if that joint was Tritnash. That shit ain't on the Epic Game. That shit on the Epic. Oh man, I don't want nothing on the Epic Game Store, man. Only time I sign in the Epic Game Store is when it's time to get something free. That's the reason why I ain't played Alan Wake Remastered yet. But I know I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just play Alan Wake Remastered on the Epic Store in time for Alan Wake 2. But I really don't. I'm trying to wait it out until that shit come to Steam, man. I want that shit on the damn fuck. You feel me? I had it's a couple of wrestling games that are like my all-time favorite. It's a couple of wrestling games, right? So I had Royal Rumble, WWF Royal Rumble from the Super NES. I had that on my top 100. But there's other wrestling games that could have also made it, like WrestleFest. That was an arcade game. That shit was amazing. Also, WrestleMania Arcade. That was made by Midway. Same people made Mortal Kombat, made WrestleMania Arcade. That was my shit too. But all those other games y'all was playing, I ain't never get to experience them. All that WWF, No Mercy, all that type of shit, I ain't get to experience none of those games, man. None of them PS2 era games I got to experience. So all that shit, I'm out the loop. I think the first wrestling game I played after I came home was like Raw versus SmackDown 2011. And I like that, John. Raw versus SmackDown 2011. I thought that was lit, but that was like when I started getting back into wrestling games. Other than that, all that old school joints y'all be talking about, I'm lost in the sauce. I'm lost. No Mirror's Edge. No Mirror's Edge. I ain't had none of that. I got Alan Wake. I have the original Alan Wake, but I want to play the remaster. I got the original Alan Wake on Steam, but I want to play the remaster, dog. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy? I'm at the end of that shit too. I'm like near the end, but I want to play it all over on in the remaster version. I've been had that game. It's like one of the first PC games I had. I got that, and I got the American's Nightmare, the DLC they had for that shit. Yeah, I got both of those. Nah, no Borderlands made my top 10. Nah, no Borderlands. Nope, no Borderlands. Nah, no Metro either. No Metro. Metro ain't make it. But anyway, oh man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. That was fun though. That was really, really fun, man. That was actually a fun exercise, man. A fun little thing, picking out my top 100, and letting y'all and letting y'all know, what was my top 100. So yeah, that shit was fun as hell though. I enjoyed that. I hope y'all enjoyed that. You know what I mean? We're gonna end the month with a bang. I'm definitely gonna see y'all on Sunday. Oh, okay. So while more of y'all are here, I will be starting an AGS club for Street Fighter 6. I will be starting an AGS club for Street Fighter 6 this weekend. And we will be doing an AGS game night for Street Fighter 6 this weekend. Hopefully the servers and all that shit is up and running. We're going to be up. We're going to be squad deep up in the motherfucking hub. And we're going to be getting it in, man. Having a great time, playing some games, fighting each other, having fun. Hopefully we can set up some tournaments and all of that shit. You know what I mean? We're going to have a good time. Probably this Saturday, we're going to do that. Probably this Saturday, we're going to do the AGS game night for Street Fighter 6. But I will be setting up a Street Fighter 6 club. Please join. But if you don't plan on playing Street Fighter 6, you don't really plan on playing it for real, then don't join the club because that's just taking up space for no reason. This is for everybody that's trying to play the game. They're going to take the game serious. They're going to work on their game, try to get better, shit like that. This is for everybody that's looking forward to Street Fighter 6. So I will be starting a Street Fighter 6 club, and we will be doing a motherfucking game night on Saturday. We're going to be in the battle hub, deep as shit. Hopefully I can set up a tournament, something sort of like Tekken 7, where we can, battle it out. Niggas fight to get to the, last two niggas remaining or whatever. Like, it should be a lot of fun. So Street Fighter 6 is reviewing very well. It's like a 92, 93 on Metacritic. A far cry from Street Fighter 5 at Street Fighter 5 got like a yellow box, don't it? Don't Street Fighter 5 got the Xbox yellow box? So this is a massive improvement over Street Fighter 5, dog. So treat yourself this weekend, man. Come through. Join the club. We're going to have a good time. I'm about a gold level player. Like on the last beta, I was in the gold bracket. So I'm not the best. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm the best. I'm about a gold level player so far. You know what I mean? Hopefully I can reach up to platinum or master. But regardless, I want all the smoke. So pull up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm only going to get better by playing people that's better than me. But right now, I'm at about a gold level. You know what I mean? I can hang with the gold tier. Other than that, I got work to do. You know what I'm saying? But it should be a good time. I already got my motherfucking Street Fighter pre-purchased. I got the deluxe edition that come with the DLC characters and all that shit. I'm ready to go. So make sure y'all pull up. And we probably going to do the same thing for Mortal Kombat also. And even Tekken 8. You know what I'm saying? Even Tekken 8, we set up tournaments, clubs, all that shit. I'm gonna be on all the fighting games. You know what I'm saying? I'm trash, but it's okay. I ain't really take fighting games serious like this in a long time. You dig? And I had a lot of fun on Street Fighter 6 beta. So I'm looking forward to this game. I'm ready. I'm about a gold tier level, but I want all the smoke. Pull up. Let's hang out like we at the motherfucking arcade. We're going to be at the battle hub like we in the arcade out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? We about to take it back to the 90s out this bitch. Put your cord up on the machine. We about to take it back to the 90s out here. Hopefully the motherfucking servers hold up and we ain't got no issues. We can all jump in the battle hub. It could be a whole AGS, just represent AGS in that motherfucker. We could just go in there and start beating up on niggas. You know what I'm saying? Just challenging niggas. What's up, AGS? Let's go. You know what I mean? So, should be fun, man. Should be a lot of fun, man. Street Fighter 6, we there. You going to duck Tekken 8? I listen, I'm not good at that shit either, dog. I ain't good at Tekken. I ain't been good at Tekken in a long time. Man. But, I'm just going, I still want to play. It's all good. I just want to get better. But yeah, we're going to be in a battle hub. We're going to be deep. I am thinking about a fight stick. I am. I was, before I did this, I was going to go on Amazon and see what type of fight sticks they got for PC, like the best fight stick for PC. So I think I might got to get a fight stick, man. Because I plan on taking this fighting shit serious. Like, I've been having a lot of fun with the fighting games. Fighting games used to be my bread and butter when I was a young boy. Like, when I used to hang out in arcades, the main game that I used to play, the main genre that I used to play was fighting games. Like, that's really all I used to play when I was at the arcade. Of course, I played my racers and all that shit, but my main genre of games in the arcade was fighting games. Like, I used to be so good at fighting games. I don't know what happened, yo. It's just like, I feel like I lost it, but I'm trying to bring it back. I need a fight stick, though, because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to playing in arcades and all that shit. So that shit, getting a fight stick, that should be like second nature to me. I ain't got to practice and get used to it or nothing. I'm already used to the arcade style of controls. That's where I come from. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about getting a fight stick, though. I definitely want to get. I should have been thought about this shit, man. I should have been cop. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely, you got a fight stick for sale. I don't want that greasy at. Hey, Fantastic Viper, what the fuck going on? You selling everything. You good, player? Everything on point? I don't want nobody fight stick, man. You done drooled all on that motherfucker and shit, dead skin cells and shit, scratching your ass, touching that motherfucker. I don't want nobody motherfucking fight stick and shit and coughed all on that motherfucker. Probably sat on it, rubbed your ass on that shit. No. Nah, I'm fucking with you, dog. I don't know. I ain't buying no used fight stick, man. I'm just, no, I ain't doing that one, man. But I appreciate the offer, though. Hold on, how much you selling that motherfucker for? Which one is it? First of all, which one is it, and how much you selling that shit for? Talk to me. Which one is it, and which one, and how much you selling it for? Does it work on PC? I need a fight stick for PC. Shit, somebody else in here might want to buy that, John. You know what I'm saying? You said it's brand new, huh? Yeah, brand new. Never used? That's brand new. Brand new is never used. Brand new ain't I used it one time. I used it 2 times. No, brand new means I ain't never used it. Shit, it's low-key factory sealed. If we talking about brand new. You said it's the Quamba. It works for PC, PS3, and 360. The Quamba. How much you want for it? I gotta look that up. I gotta look it up. Cause I'm definitely thinking about getting me a fight stick, man. I ain't out here playing with you niggas, man. I'm trying to get busy with this Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken. You gotta make sure it work. Oh man, that shit been that. Man, you done had that shit in the attic for 10 years, man. That shit rotten and all that. Oh, it gotta be a Hori. If it ain't a Hori, then that's the best fight sticks. Hori or nothing. That what you telling me? I'm gonna look at it. I gotta look at some YouTube videos. I gotta do some research because I don't know nothing about fight sticks. So I gotta look at some YouTube videos, do some research. I definitely gotta cop me a motherfucking fight stick. I want all the smoke. I gotta get me a nice joint for PC, man. I should have been on this shit, man. I should have been on this. Oh, you want $100 for it? That ain't, but you gotta make sure it work. That ain't a bad price. I mean, it depends on how much it cost originally. Get something with Sanwa parts. Listen, I'm gonna look up the videos. Yeah, I really like Street Fighter 6, dog. So I really like Street Fighter 6 and I really want to play it. So I think the best thing for me to do is get a fight stick. I should have been on top of this. The game come out in a couple fucking days. But yeah. I want a fucking fight stick. Shit's about that time. Plus, we're gonna have a club. So make sure y'all get Street Fighter 6. If you in the fighting games, it's reviewing very well. I'm gonna start the AGS club for Street Fighter 6. And then I'm gonna have a club for Tekken. And if we can make one for Mortal Kombat, I'm gonna have one for that too. You know what I mean? We about to spread AGS all through the gaming communities and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully niggas is beasts so our names can ring bells out here in these motherfucking gaming streets. I want niggas to be like, damn, I want niggas to be at their lunch table or whatever. Like, yo, you know, them AGS niggas, man, them bulls, they are beasts. They be running the whole hub. As soon as they come in the hub, niggas start leaving. I want AGS to pump fear in these niggas, man. I don't want niggas to be like, oh, that's some AGS niggas. Oh, them niggas garbage. Hey, man, I beat them niggas with one button, man. Them niggas is trash. They use modern controls. Them niggas garbage. I don't want niggas talking about AGS like that. I want to strike the fear of God in a nigga when it come to AGS. I can't have niggas like, hey, man, them AGS niggas weak as fuck. Oh, that's them AGS, man. I farm off them niggas. I farm fucking XP off them bum ass niggas. Oh, we gotta hold it down out here, man. We gotta hold it down out here. Top 50 rappers. Yo, no, I'm gonna be real with you. This making this list for this top 100, this shit done stressed me out enough. You hear me? I don't want to think about a top nothing for a while. Just give me some time. This shit stressed me the fuck out trying to put this 100 shit together, which is why I had to just come to the conclusion that I can't do it, and I just gonna have to give y'all my 100 picks. I could put 10 in there, but I'm gonna have to just give y'all my 100 picks because this shit that made my motherfucking head hurt. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah. AGS, nigga. We gonna make noise out here, man. Come on, man. We gonna represent AGS. We gonna make noise out here. We real gamers. We gonna try to be the best that we can be. You know what I'm saying? The AGS club. Let's go. Yeah, you know they on the modern controls. You know you see the motherfucking emblem, the M emblem up in the corner. No, we the real deal Holyfield. Hold it down for the OG, triple OG all day, man, all day. Listen, the AGS club ain't running from nobody, man. We going definitely. It's whatever. Whoever want to challenge the AGS club, we there. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see what everybody about this weekend because we're doing an AGS game night on Saturday for Street Fighter 6. We're gonna see what niggas can really play and what niggas is trash. I'm trash. I'm like, y'all know right now. I'm trash. I'm a gold level player. The last beta, I was in the gold tier, and that's where the fuck I stayed at. I stayed right in the gold tier. I am definitely trying to extend the gold tier, make it up to platinum or some shit. But that's where I'm at right now. So I'm just letting you know right now. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got to be the best in the motherfucking club. Shit. It could be somebody else can get that shine. You know what I mean? Somebody else can get that motherfucking shine. Ryu is my main character, but I am definitely looking to break out and try somebody else. You know, I am definitely looking to fish around and see if I can come up with somebody else. But as of like right now, and as I speak, Ryu is my guy. But when the game actually come out, I definitely want to take a test drive for a couple of other characters. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely looking to get into some other characters. So we're gonna see what's up, man. It should be a great time, man. You know what I mean? We got some games, Diablo 4 coming up. I don't know if I'm getting that though. I don't even know. I'm probably gonna be on Street Fighter. I ain't gonna even hold you. This nigga. I ain't picking no characters for their feet, man. That shit crazy. I might pick a thick John though. I don't know. I might pick a thick John like Chun-Li. She a thick John on there. Her thigh muscles and shit be flexing. I love that new technology where like now body parts they move. Like now muscles flex and they move like a real human. You know what I'm saying? Like when fucking Chun-Li is walking, you can see like her thigh muscles like flexing and shit. Yo, that's lit. That's definitely feel next gen. You know what I'm saying? That definitely feel next gen. It feel like they move and it look like they got real skin and shit like that. Like, previous Street Fighter games, they always look like they was trying to make a muscle. Like, dog, your hand is relaxed. Why does it look like you making a muscle? Like, you know how, y'all know what I mean. That shit look crazy. But now you see motherfuckers actually making muscle. So, yeah, man, I'm feeling that. I got a Fantech CW steering wheel for sale for PC. Hey, futuristic, what the fuck? What is going on? You all right though, dog? Ain't nothing like you all right? I mean, I ain't trying to be in your business and everything, man. But you know what I mean? You on some other time right now. Everything must go. So you got the receiver, you got the 9.2 receiver, the Denon 4400H, right? You got that receiver for sale, $700. That's a good ass price. Anybody trying to get a home theater, you know what I mean? He got one of the main components, the AVR, $700. It's a good AVR, 4400H, 9.2, Dolby Atmos, DTSX. That's not the one I got. I got the 4500. I got the 4500H, X 4500H. But yeah. Good joint. You got the box, the mic, and all that shit to calibrate shit like that. Yeah. You always struggle against Guile. I was putting the beats on Guile on this last beta. I ain't even really play against that many Guile characters, to be honest with you. But anyway, I'm about to get out of here, man. I'm definitely excited for Street Fighter this weekend. We're gonna have a good time. Make sure y'all join the club, and we're gonna do an AGS game night on. It's probably not even. It's probably gonna be a little earlier in the day, not necessarily like nighttime, but we're gonna do an AGS game stream, and everybody is welcome, man. Everybody that pick up the game and shit. So the game come out Friday. I already got that thing preloaded. We ready to go, man. We ready to get busy. So if you get the game, join the AGS club. Come out for the AGS game stream on Saturday. And yeah, man, we gonna have some fun with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to bounce. I appreciate everybody for coming through, everybody that supported. Hit the like button. I appreciate all the mods and everybody that just came through and enjoyed this top 100. It was a great stream. I had a good time doing it. Man, a lot of work, man. I had a lot to get through, but I hope y'all like this shit, man. Shout out to Just Fits. He said, any chance posting this list somewhere? Shit. All right, man. I'll post it. I'm gonna post it in okay, so the only order is the top 10. Okay, understand, the only order is the top 10. The rest of the 90 games, they can go wherever you want to put them. All right, this is just my top 100 favorite games of all time. You know what I mean? Wherever you want to put them, you can put them, but the top 10 is the only ones that was actually placed in their specific spots. All right, I'll put the list in the description. I'll put it in the description. It's going to take me a while to type it out, so just give me a while. I'll put it in the description, though. Just come back tomorrow or some shit like that, and it should be in the description. All right? But, in the description, what's wrong with the description? What the hell? I'll put it in the description. Timestamp guy, where you at? Yeah, somebody get to it before me, whatever. But I'll put it in the description. I got it written down on a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is. I went old school on this one. I went old school, pen and paper. I went old school on this motherfucker, and I ain't no use to taking no picture of my chicken scratch. Because I just was writing any old way, and then I got lines scratching shit out and shit. So I'm gonna have to type it all out, man. You dig? But anyway, I'll see y'all this weekend for AGS Live on Sunday, and we're gonna have a Street Fighter game night on Saturday. And I will be setting up the club as soon as I get the game. That'll probably be the first thing I do. AGS Club. I'll let y'all know. Everybody join. Come through on Saturday. We're going to be deep as fuck in the hub or something, try to set up a tournament, all types of shit, and we're going to have a good time, man. You know what I mean? This ain't no sweaty time. We all get in the game for the first time, so we all trying to learn, so ain't nobody got to be extra sweaty. I mean, if you want to, do you. You know what I'm saying? But just understand, I'm not going to be on the sweaty time yet until I feel comfortable. But, yeah, come through, man. All right? All right, I'm out of here, y'all. See y'all later, man. Peace.